Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of YouTube Take. I am
Howard Cosell.
What? Who's Howard
Say you're
Cosell?
Howard Cosell. Yeah. You don't know who Howard Cosell is?
No.
Come on, kid.
Are you serious?
Wait, hold
Not
on.
that.
Hold on. I'm thinking about it.
You can't. Don't Google him.
I'm
Don't
not.
Almost Frazier.
You're Googling him right now.
I'm not Googling it. Oh, he was a journalist.
See? Yeah, you are.
He died.
Howard Cosell is.
All right, get on with the show. Go ahead.
All
No,
right.
we're doing a sports show and you don't know who that is?
Well, it's nice to see you too, Markeem.
And I'm here.
And Phil as well. Well, yeah, we're back.
Real quick, Big Red. I don't want to interrupt you, and I know we're on the show, but I want to say this real quick because I didn't tell you guys this before the show. But I'm going to call all you mother truckers. I'm saying truckers, yes.
Motherfuckers. Go ahead, Phil.
I'm calling all you out because guess what? I got 0, not 1, not 2, not 3, 0, not -1, 0. 0 legit questions on the Ask FM. So thanks for that.
Are you serious?
0.
Well, to be
So
fair,
I got one question asking Markeem how we like Markeem and blah blah blah. He's fat, blah blah blah. And then the second one, and that was anonymous, of course. And then the second one I got today is the second one. I got the second one. Why don't we talk about hockey? And that was also anonymous. Yes, you who asked, why don't we talk about hockey? There's plenty of teams in Florida and South Carolina. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. We're done. Moving forward. You asked me, why don't we talk about hockey? What? And I'm sorry. I love people, but come on, son. Check your brain.
yeah, here's a
I
hint
ain't
to everybody.
got nothing against hockey. This is a sport I don't know shit about. So
I'm not
I don't
either,
wanna sound
but-
like an idiot.
I'm not
But
either.
everyone
But is this
thinks-
hockey take? No, it's not.
Hold on. But everyone says I know everything. Markeem act like he knows everything. Fuck out of here, man.
Are you trying to tell all the fans that you know exactly their perception of you? Do you like?
That's what motherfuckers say. Like, that's like the
They do.
stigma.
They do.
He thinks he knows everything. Like, no, I don't, nigga. I comment on shit I know about. It's that simple.
You know how many questions Markeem gets on FM about that? Like, why do you know
Like,
everything?
you think you know? Why you think you know everything? Like, motherfucker, just because I'm intelligent? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm sorry, you're not.
I'm obviously offended by that comment. You said you were
Well,
intelligent.
I'm not saying you're not.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying,
just-
most when you say that, people tend to think like just because you say that you're intelligent, that means that you're more intelligent than others in some form. But it's
Well,
not.
then get over. Well, then that's your own hang up. Like, motherfucker, I'm just confident in my intellect. That is all. I don't think I know everything. If I don't know about something, I'll be the first motherfucker to say I don't know. The first person, not the second, the first.
What a great way to start the show.
Yeah,
Continue.
This has been totally off the. This is totally.
Sorry, I wanted that rant and I forgot to tell you guys, but, whatever.
Okay,
Y'all niggas suck, man. Phil had a good idea, and y'all just ruined it.
okay. To
You
be
know
fair,
what?
we
I
don't-
honestly feel like we should drop the idea, but
No, we're not going to drop it. We don't promote it. We did it once, never talked about it again, mentioned it like briefly, and then never talked about it again. We'll promote it. We'll
All
do
right.
it now. We'll actually, on our like Twitter accounts, actually like promote, hey, look, for the next week's episode, like do this.
All right.
Be engaged.
That's true. That's true. I'm sorry. I'm getting angry about the
like,
idiot.
I legitimately completely forgot about that until you mentioned it right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because we've been busy and I've gone.
All right,
Anyway.
but anyways,
I was sick. All right, but go ahead.
we've been all over the place, but we're going to talk last 2 weeks, but more just the general status quo, what's going on with our teams, especially over the past week. I got a lot to say about my two squads. Both are pretty relevant in both worlds for good and very bad reasons. But I'll choose to go last, and I'll have Phil start us off.
All right. Start with Gamecocks or?
Okay. Let's do college. Yeah, Gamecocks.
Okay, I'll go Gamecocks first. Of course, we were on bye last week. The first week that the one we were leading up to the last show. We didn't get to talk about it, so obviously there's nothing to talk about. It was bye week. And same thing with Patriots, but I'll get to that. But Gamecocks for this past week, we played Florida, and we looked absolutely atrocious for most of the game. Connor Shaw, for whatever reason, looked off, but whatever. He just was throwing off, and usually he's not like that, but whatever. Anyways, we ended up winning the game. It is what it is because apparently Florida decided, we don't care where you came from, quarterback, we're not letting you throw. Just baffles me. I mean, unless you
Good
just,
Lord.
like,
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, and this is completely random. But this These are the teams that Tennessee has faced this year: Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Auburn, Missouri, Alabama, and Oregon.
Oh yeah. Their schedule's been ruthless, though. Yeah.
They still beat South Carolina out of all that.
And went in overtime in Georgia.
Yeah. Continue.
But yeah, and we'll get to that. But anyway, so like it's just I'm so upset, but we pulled it out. But I'm still, and Markeem can maybe comment on this real quick too. I don't know this guy, the history of this guy, and I think isn't he the son of an announcer or something? I don't remember the guy's name, but the Florida quarterback. But he can't. Did he not play in high? Yeah. What?
Trent Coleman, I think. His name.
No, not
Nick
Trent
Murphy?
Coleman. Not Murphy.
Trent Murphy.
No. Trent Murphy was hurt. This is another guy.
This is a fourth quarterback?
Yeah. Another guy started that game.
Oh, he got hurt?
Yeah.
I didn't see it down in that game.
Let me find the guy.
Hold on, I got it. I'll do my job as always.
Right, yeah, go ahead. So I don't have to do it. Anyways.
Yeah, but I'm going to speak on a game that I know about because I think I know everything. But go ahead.
Is it okay? No. It's Skylar Mornwig.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Morningwig. Yeah. Morningwig.
Skylar Mornwig. Yeah.
I don't know if he played high school football as quarterback, but all I got to ask Florida is, okay, I get that you're going to focus more on the run, but this dude, let me get this straight. Let me throw this out to you. The first half, guess how many passes he threw? Dose.
Wow.
2 in the whole first half. If I'm sure, you might can check.
Is this Marty Morningwig's son?
Yeah, Marty Morningwig's son. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But anyways, my point is, you still got to throw.
His final stat line: 77% completion.
How many passes?
10 for 13.
13 total passes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I understand that you can't trust him in the throw, but I just could not believe that. But anyways, we got the win. We're moving forward from that.
And they still kept it close.
They did.
What does that say about South Carolina?
That's what I'm saying. Connor Shaw was off.
And it should be
mentioned.
It should be mentioned that even though he only threw the ball 13 times, he still managed to throw no touchdowns and 1 interception.
Right. But Markeem, there is one thing I do want to go off on you on the fans real quick. And I'll try to keep it quick. All you people that keep saying because. Well, I guess Clowney's off. I guess Clowney ain't doing. Clowney was a freaking beast in that game. So shut the hell up. Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Phil. Yes.
Wow.
Dude,
anyways,
that was music to my ears just now.
Anyways,
so shut the hell up. Yes, shut the hell up.
No, Clowney's fat. He's fat and lazy.
Oh,
fuck him.
Anyways,
that shit is getting on my nerves, dog.
All right, but I guess we won't talk about this week. Real quick, I'll say this week because we're not talking about this game. They played my I don't even know how to say it. My alma mater, right? Yeah. Coastal Carolina, which if you don't know Coastal Carolina, home of Jerome Simpson, Tyler Thigpen, one of the most accurate quarterbacks that is never getting another shot. Just saying. I know that's going to sound like a huge fanboy, but I can say it. And Mike Tolbert for the Carolina Panthers, Josh Norman for the Carolina Panthers. I really sound like a post.
I love how Phil knows all the alumni.
Yeah, I do know. Who else is we missing? Oh, Quentin Teal, but I don't know if he's on. That's the only one I can't find where he's at right now. But there you go. By the way, the NFL teams get Thigpen for a backup. Anyways, moving on. So Coastal will play South Carolina. They'll get destroyed. Anyways, but moving on.
All right. That's Phil. Honestly, that was one of the best college football reviews that you've done. I commend you. That Clowney comment was fantastic. So
thank you.
Good job there, sir.
That was music to my ears right there.
And hey, just so you know, that's about the farthest cuss word you're gonna hear. So.
Yes. All right, Markeem. Your boys, Virginia Tech. I mean, I guess it kind of correlates. 2 weeks ago, they go into Miami and Logan Thomas completes 81% of his passes and has the greatest game of his career.
I don't even count that because we were playing a team that was reeling off the heels of getting their ass whooped, and they ain't give a fuck about that game. They ain't want to be there. I don't even think that should count. It's not like he looked exceptionally well. Miami just looked that bad. It's that simple.
And then the next week.
But then the next week, he was actually. I'll give him credit for that one. He was actually pretty good. It was just the opposite happened. Our defense collapsed in the fourth quarter in overtime. What? Yo. This is torture being a fan of this team, dog. Like, can we get everything together from week to week. Like, can Logan Thomas play well? Can the defense play like they have been for 99% of the season? Like, can we just get everything to go together all at once? If you do this for me, we may have been able to challenge Florida State. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Oh, it just hurts so bad. Cause it's getting almost like I will never turn on the Hokies. I won't, because I've been a fan for too long. But it's getting to the point where I was with the Sacramento Kings, where I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Like, I want some progress. Like, if we're gonna be terrible, be terrible. Like, don't, you know what I mean? If we're gonna suck, let's suck. You know what I mean? But don't tease me, dog. Like, don't sit there and look at my dick and not suck it. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Don't do it. Don't whip it out and stare at it. You know what I mean? Put your mouth on it. It's that simple. Make up your mind.
Whatever.
Like, Miami. Don't. Welcome to the life of a Miami Dolphins fan. Just saying.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Like we've been going it's since we went to the national championship with Mike Vick. It's been like this, dog, and I'm getting sick of it. Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, just remember, Logan leaves, and then, you know,
that has me infinitely more positive right there.
And then becomes a star in the NFL, Markeem, and you have to eat your words.
Oh my God.
That will not happen.
Logan Thomas, NFL superstar. You've been wrong before.
But that won't happen.
The next Tom Brady.
Because at least Tom Brady was a good college quarterback. At least everybody like Colin Kaepernick, good college quarterback. Russell Wilson, good college quarterback. Logan Thomas, awful college quarterback. Won't happen. Trust me, won't happen.
Oh, I could just imagine him like being amazing, like for like the Giants, like when Eli Manning leaves, and he's like amazing, and he's preventing the Eagles from going to the playoffs, and you're just like, why couldn't you do this for us?
But Markeem, when are you gonna admit you're wrong about eating?
hey, he sent me a good one. I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. He was like, I don't have to say a word, just admit it.
That's awesome.
He balled last week, though. I ain't even gonna lie.
He's back. I don't even pay attention.
Yeah, he fucking murdered the Jets. Anyways, now we'll talk, because it kind of correlates. The University of Miami Hurricanes, it's been really, really rough the past few weeks. Exposed. Okay, there,
right,
Phil.
Go ahead.
An ignorant person.
I'm being a dick.
Okay, so here's what happened, everybody. Me and Markeem were talking about this beforehand, and I've thought this for a while. I thought Florida State killed these guys. I thought that game just like really damaged their psyche. A, because it was kind of a blowout. Not really, but kind of. And B,
hold on, kid, I hate to cut you off, but I think that if any other team had did that to them instead of like a rival, I don't think it would be like they are now. I think they would be able to recover from. This is somebody that you cannot stand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like somebody you hated forever that gets the girl that you've always loved. You know what I mean? That'd be like trademark being with my lady now. You know what I mean? It just,
and the first trademark reference. Take a drink.
No, I'm kidding.
That would be a great game. It's not just a trademark reference. You have to specifically bury or insult him. Yeah. That's what warrants the drink. But I
don't condone drinking though.
They lost a big rivalry game by a significant amount. It killed their season, and they also lost their best player at the same time. And I think it has a two-found effect. One, obviously Duke Johnson is the leader of the team, but more importantly, too, I think not only did they lose and realize their chances at making an impact or making a BCS bowl were slim, but also that they don't have their best player. Like that just hurts. That just really even further hurts the value of their team. And they've looked terrible the past few weeks. The defense it's almost like no progress has been made whatsoever. We've allowed 500 yards of offense for 3 straight weeks. Over 40 points, 3 straight weeks.
That run defense at the end of that Duke game was just pathetic, man.
Pathetic. Now, it was a problem last year, and I thought it got better. But, Lord, like, it was sad to watch. Like, this team just, in the fourth quarter, Duke, here's a story for y'all. I was watching the Duke game on my laptop at a debate tournament. That's my commitment there, everybody. I was watching the game, and it was 31-30 Miami, and it was very close. And then I had to step away from the computer for a bit to do something debate-related, and I was, like, checking the score on my phone, and I'm just like, oh, they scored. That's weird. Oh, wait, what the fuck's going on? I get back to my desk, I turn on my computer, and I see that it's 38-30, and the very next play is Duke getting the rushing touchdown, and I was just, like, so defeated. Like, I saw that, and I just could feel, very rarely, whenever my teams lose, I'm usually just really angry. That was the first time, with the exception of the Heat losing the NBA Finals, where I was just, like, really saddened. I wasn't crying or anything, but, like, I just was sad. Like, I watched that happen, and I was just like, man, it's amazing to me that this team in this game right now looks no better whatsoever than the 2012 7-5 Miami Hurricanes, who had the worst defense in college football.
No, man.
No, listen. Can you listen to me? No, quiet you. Quiet you. This is my time to vent. Listen to me. In that game, towards the end in the fourth quarter, they looked no better in that fourth quarter than the 2012 Hurricanes would have acted in that fourth quarter.
All right. Okay.
I was just like, because I was just thinking, like, good Lord, man, it wasn't that long ago. We were in the top 10. We were poised to, like, guaranteed. I'm going way back. I'm going before Jameis Winston struck fire. I'm going back to the day we beat the Florida Gators, and we were, like, almost guaranteed to go undefeated, almost guaranteed to win the ACC. Like, so many potential. And then Jameis Winston has that game against Pittsburgh, and I was like, we'll see. Give it a few weeks.
I bet after that you was like, whoa, who the fuck is this kid?
And then week by week, I saw what he was doing, and I'm just like, yeah, but look who he's playing and all this and that. And then he played Clemson, and that happened. And I was just like...
Fuck this guy.
Like, he ruined everything. But it's just sad.
Yo, this is amazing. He said he ruined everything. I'm sorry, kid. That was funny.
But this is serious right now. For like that was funny, but like seeing them lose to Virginia Tech, I mean, it's not like I thought the game would be tough. I'm embarrassed that we gave Logan Thomas the game that we did, but I didn't think it was a big deal because I knew Virginia Tech would not win out. Like, I was so confident that you guys would lose another game. When we lost,
we didn't waste any time. You are correct.
Very, very immediately after this, Virginia Tech loses to Maryland, and all we had to do was beat Duke and win out the season. And we get the rematch against FSU. Now, this is the sad part because now the chances are very slim. Duke and Virginia Tech both have to lose out. Duke has to lose their next two games. Virginia Tech has to lose against Virginia, and we have to win out in order to make it. And honestly, at this point, I don't even want to make it. I don't want to sit through 63-0. I don't, because the way the defense is playing right now, it'd be nowhere near as close as the first time. I don't like college football right now. Like, I am the three teams that I hate most are FSU, Ohio State, and Alabama. And all three are almost a virtual lock to make the national championship game. And
I know why you hate FSU. I know why you hate Ohio State. Is the Bama thing because of Saban?
Still can't get over it.
Okay, all right.
And just seeing the Miami Hurricanes look in the fourth quarter to Duke, look like a team that had not shown any progress whatsoever the previous year, that it just was embarrassing. I had friends, good friends, who have been defending Stephen Morris all year through the struggle, texting me, you know what? Stephen Morris fucking blows. I got that text from people who were like getting into yelling arguments in restaurants defending this man, just going, fuck this guy. And then everyone just going, good Lord, we have the worst defense in college football again. Like, it was just constant somber and negativity that I'm pissed and sad. I'm just not happy with the game of college football right now. I'm still going to watch, but it's just so demotivating. I had one standard this year for Al Golden. That was you had to win 9 games. Now that might not even happen. For those who do not know, the defensive coordinator for the Miami Hurricanes is Al Golden's brother-in-law. And that's problematic because he needs to go. And I don't know if Golden will actually fire him. But again, I can't just go up railing about how the defense collapsed, how None of the running backs have risen up to take Duke Johnson's place like they should. Obviously, it's a tough standard to expect, but still something. With the UNC game shouldn't have been too much of a standard to carry. The defense has just absolutely mentally destructed. Like it was only good because of its mental toughness, not because of its actual ability to guard or play zone or do things like stop the run. These foreign concepts to this team. And now everything's just kind of collapsing, and each week it just gets worse and worse and worse. It's just really tough right now to be a fan of the University of Miami. Like I said, I'm saddened, man. I'm just really saddened. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch them this week against Virginia. It's the last home game of the season. Lord God, hey, please, like, I never prayed for my teams to do better, but I can't take another loss. Like, it's just too much right now, week after week, to get this. Please, just, we're at home. It's Virginia. There's no excuse for us to lose. And, yeah, that's me. So.
Yeah, if y'all lose to Virginia, my God.
I would consider firing Golden on the spot if we lose out.
Like, yeah. Like, well, the Virginia game, y'all cannot lose to these niggas here.
At home.
Y'all just cannot.
At home.
At home. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. This is not like a Wake situation where that team is always tough, and that's just how they play. This is a situation where this team is fucking awful. Like, y'all lose to Virginia, dog. Oh, my God.
Question, are you guys going to lose to Virginia next week?
I have no idea, so we'll just stop.
It's on your record that you've predicted Virginia Tech to lose every game that Logan Thomas is the starting quarterback.
That's true. That is true.
So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm bummed. I'm pissed, and that's that. So, well, let's talk NFL. Markeem, start us off since you actually have more positive news than the rest of us.
Oh man, I love me some Nick Foles right about now. But we got Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees all rolled into one, baby. Nick Foles. No, I'm kidding. But yo, he's legit. Can we stop now? Like, can we? I'm not saying he's the second coming of Christ, but I'm saying that I never want to see Michael Vick play another game in an Eagles uniform. There's no point. There's no point of ever going back to Michael Vick. It is that simple. It is that fucking simple. I do not want to see number 7 ever again because we found our guy. Every aspect of the team is playing better with this dude in the center. He is lit a fire underneath this team, and I like what I see. I know that the Packers did not have Aaron Rodgers, and that game might have been totally different. I know that. I'm well aware of this. But Mike Vick would have lost that game. I really believe that. Mike Vick would have did something to lose that game. We're riding this momentum with Nick Foles. Let's just keep it going. Seriously. Like this dude, Nick Foles, right now. That's all I got to say. I'm happy. I'm happy because we actually got a chance to make the playoffs, which is part of my problem with the NFL. But we actually have a chance to make the playoffs. So, yeah. I'm happy.
Nice.
I tell you what, though, if the Giants make the playoffs, that's just more bullets in my damn gun. Let's put it like that.
Please don't even mention that.
It's going from 0-6 to 10-6 to Super Bowl champions.
Come on, man. What
did I say? On the record, done with NFL outside of my Patriots. I'd be done.
That's not on your record, but I'll put it on there now. You've probably said it. I just didn't record it.
If the Giants win, I'm talking about go 10-6, all of that, win the Super Bowl, or just get to the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, or even get there, or even get to the daggum Super Bowl. Unless it's the Patriots beating them.
Y'all can hate the college football system all y'all want to. At times I do also. But y'all cannot say my argument does not have credence if that shit happens.
Markeem, I will bow down and say you the almighty college football guru. I love you. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, that would really show the regular season means nothing.
This is okay. Yeah, if the Giants win the Super Bowl and not be an NFL fan against the Patriots, it also says, and I did not know this, if the Giants win in Week 9 and the Cowboys lose, I will unfollow trademark 629.
Oh yes. Did the Cowboys lose or they won?
It's this week.
Oh, that's this week. That's right.
And you also have
no. Say that again.
If the Giants win, it was in Week
9.
That
was Week 9.
If the Giants win, the Giants won for sure. Who did the Cowboys play in Week 9?
Cowboys lost. They lost to the Saints. That's right. They lost to the Saints.
Did you unfollow trademark?
Wow, I got to unfollow trademark.
It's on your record.
I'll click it right now. I'm doing it right now. Trade. I'll follow him back, but I'm unfollowing right now.
Oh, don't. Okay, if you're gonna do that, don't say that on camera. Like.
Anyways, I'm unfollowing. Y'all can't see this, but unfollow.
And you also have on your record the Chiefs will win the division. You still confident in that?
Chiefs will win the division? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think they're gonna win.
Well,
next week.
I'm a little less confident, but I'm still confident.
I think they're gonna win next week for what that's.
And that'll make more sense later. But.
All right. Okay, Phil, your turn. Patriots. They just played yesterday. Go for it.
Okay. All right.
Monday.
Bye. Of course, the week before, like I said. Monday night, I was at the game. Yes, live and in color. Like, well, I guess it's not the right way to say it. But anyways, man, to say that let's just say I almost wet myself. It's an understatement. I'm just saying. I'm not even going to front. Oh man, when Brady first walked on the field of practice, I almost cried. I'm just saying. I'm just being real. Y'all don't have I've talked. Well, actually, I don't know. That one debate didn't make it on air, but we won't speak of. But
I don't blame you, man. If I would have saw John Elway or Barry Sanders or something like that, I would have lost my shit too.
But dude, I cannot wait to be able to tell my grandkids I saw Tom Brady live. I'm just saying.
Okay. You had to make it something weird.
So,
Here though. Let me think. Can I finish?
I saw Tom Brady live like 9 times.
Yeah, you also saw your Dolphins never do anything.
His presence of overratedness was present every single time.
Shut up. But I'll add this real quick before I continue about the game. I'm also gonna tell my grandkids I saw Peyton Manning live. I saw them play the Panthers last year, so suck it. Anyways, so moving on to the game, what an experience! I'm trying to actually get my pictures up to a website that y'all can actually see the pictures if you randomly care, but because I'm not giving you my Facebook. That's out.
Just post it on Twitter.
Yeah, but I gotta upload them. So, anyways, but actually, one of them I did upload my view. Anyways, I'm rambling. But the game, dude, getting there, the atmosphere was great. I have to applaud most Panthers fans that I saw there. Actually, there was a lot of Patriots fans there, or AK bandwagons, who knows? But there were a lot of them there. So I got to cheer with some Patriots fans. So that was cool. Never had that experience in my life, of course. So that was awesome. But as far as the game, are we talking about the game now?
Right? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the game.
So as far as the game, we'll go to that. Like I said, experience was the experience of a lifetime. I marked out, biggest marked out moment probably in my life, outside of my first WrestleMania too. I mean, those obviously that's second still, but so my first WrestleMania 27. So anyways, but anyways, let me stop rambling. The game. Let me put it this way. Big Red asked me this before, and he probably hated my answer. Because we didn't do a show. He said, would you have picked the Patriots? I want to establish that first. I would have picked the Pats. Biasly enough, I will say this, is because I was going to the game, and there's no way I was picking them when I'm going to the game, picking against them. But I did have my worries. I did honestly thought we would pull it off. I didn't think Cam would play as well as he did. Step one, I thought the defense would play well, but I just didn't think there was a chance that we were going to have another Bengals-type game, like final score 13-6 type thing. I just didn't think that was going to happen. Well, after the first half, I started getting worried. The first half, bottom line, the Carolina Panthers defense played great. Cam made one drive that was only kept alive for us by flags that, of course, in the stadium couldn't tell if they were hands to the face. You could comment on that. But I think one call was a hands to the face, and another one was something such. Of course, everybody around me was booing Brady and saying, "Brady, you freaking fairy," and stuff like that. But so I can't really comment on those calls. But from my angle of the best way, one of them looked bad. But anyways, not to mention the first Carolina Panthers drive as well. Not to go, I'm jumping, but the key to leave of course was obviously out of the game. But I'll get back to that. But yeah, that drive, and then of course we ended up fumbling, so it didn't matter. But if we had scored, that would have been different. But we ended up fumbling again. So it was 10-3 at half, whatever. Like I said, Talib was clearly early on in the game just getting burned by Steve Smith, either making stupid plays by grabbing his leg, extra 15 yards, or penalty, or whatever it may be. But then for the rest of the game, Talib didn't do as bad. So I'll go applaud him as far as that. But anyways, so 10-3 at the half, we're down. I know I'm analyzing like crazy, but anyways, 10-3 at the half. And then I was shocked. You guys know I love my Patriots. I have confidence in my Patriots, but I was shocked what happened next. I could not believe after the defense they had, which, by the way, I think Charles Johnson went down at the end of the second quarter. I'm not sure 100%. You got to check on that for me. But Charles Johnson did go down. I thought it was at the end of the half. But anyways, that's Charles Johnson for the Panthers, defensive end. But yeah, so like we drove down the field, and not only did we drive down the field, but we ran the ball and ran it right at Star to the leg, and guys like that good. Luke Kuechly, who by the way is a freaking beast live. If you've never seen him live, like holy jeez. But anyway, he's a beast anyway. There's a reason.
Yeah, they came to Blacksburg, and we wiped him off the field, but he was killing. Like, he was destroying the world. So, yeah.
What college did he play for again?
Boston College.
Boston College, okay.
He absolutely destroyed Ja'Cory Harris's last UM game ever. Like, it was sad. And
I don't want to say this statement about him real quick, but I don't want to say this because I think it's, because I just saw him, so I may be overreacting. But I'll say I think he's one of the best linebackers in the league. Period.
I think he is the best.
He is the best. He is the best. I just didn't know if I was overreacting. Okay, I just didn't
middle linebacker. Yeah, I think he's the best.
Yeah, and I love Gerard Mayo, which he's hurt, but I'm just saying. And now Gerard Mayo can't go Luke Kuechly though. I can admit that. But
Kuechly reminds me of a faster Zach Thomas. I know you remember Zach Thomas.
I know Zach Thomas.
I remember Zach Thomas.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, what was I getting? He played beast, but I did not expect us to go down that field and drive like that. If you would have told, and then I'll get to that in a second. But I'm just saying the way the game went, and then of course, so we tied it up 10-10. Then they go down and score 17-10, and then we score 17-17, and then we go down. And here is what I will say before I even get to all the nonsense that's been being talked about. 3rd and 1 in the red zone. I'm not sure what yard line. 3rd and 1 in the red zone. What do we do? Throw the ball to the Brady. I think actually I don't remember if he ever threw it, but he threw it to the end zone. Incomplete. 4th and 1. This is the one scenario where, looking back now, at the moment I said kick the field goal. But looking back, I say, which obviously is probably because of what happened, but anyways, I look at it and say, of all the times Bill Belichick likes to gamble, and I'm not saying we were giving up 40 points in that game already, or like some crazy amount of yardage, but our defense was already hurt. Your offense is clearly the better one right now, I would say. I mean, it's not much better, but I mean, it's better, obviously. More consistently, well, I don't know about that. Anyways, but, well, regardless. Why do you not go for it? Why do you not run it for it up the middle, 3rd and 1, and then run up the middle again, QB sneak or whatever, 4th and 1? Why don't you do that? Like, I look back at that play and I'm like, that's a Belichick-type move. He didn't do it. Like, whatever. So we didn't do that. Huge stop for Carolina Panthers. Told my friend when it happened. I said, that's a huge stop. That might come back to haunt us, but I didn't think that big on it. I was like, you got to take the 3 points. So, of course, 2017, and then I told my friend, even though it was like, I want to say 6 or 7 minutes left on the clock, I told my friend, I said, this could be the last drive of the game. 7 minutes on the clock, and I said, this could be the last drive of the game. And what was it? Almost the last drive of the game. They drove down, they scored. I don't know if it was that drive, but also I want to mention that Cam Newton freaking had one of the plays of his life, one of the best plays I've seen against a Patriots team, period. When he pulled an Eli Manning and invaded like 6 guys and did like a fake out where 2 guys jumped in front of him, and like it was a third at 7, and I think he got like a 14-yard gain. What's that noise?
That's college life stuff. Just ignore that.
All right. Just make sure. But yeah, so 3rd and 7, he turned it into like I don't know how long.
He ran 75 yards to get 14.
Yeah, 14 yards is what he got, but he ran 70. So that's what they said. That play was amazing live, and I'm sure it was. I mean, this was amazing. I can't deny a play. I mean, it sucked because we couldn't tackle the guy, but or get to him. That's another thing. Cam Newton had all the time in the world, all night. Yes, we got 3 sacks, 2 by Rob Ninkovich, big rep, and,
fuck you,
and 1 by Chandler Jones, which one of them was legit by Rob Ninkovich. The other one, anyways. But here's what let me get back to the end of the game. So, of course, 59 seconds left. Of course, if everybody's, oh, Brady still has plenty of time. I'm saying it too. I'll admit, 3 timeouts left. That's plenty of time. But because of how Carolina's defense has played in the second half versus in the first half, it was still playing first half level, then I might have changed my mind. And I think Charles Johnson did come back late in the game, by the way. Just want to mention that for the Panthers. But driving down the field, first of all, I'm like, it's going to end 3. I was like, I can't believe it's already 4th down. Brady was sensing pressure, didn't actually get hit, but sensed pressure and was throwing passes that just weren't getting to the receivers the right way. He was forcing stuff. I mean, I'm not saying guys were wide open or anything like that, but still, there was coverage. But I mean, he just couldn't find anybody. Then 4th down comes and Gronkowski was able to get to him. Okay, 1st down. And anyways, I'm not going to go play by play, but I go down to we'll go ahead and talk final play. And let me just say, let me talk one more before the final play. Let me bring. I know, Big Red.
I don't want to hear no more about this damn.
But anyway, I know I'm sick of it too. But anyway,
I was yawning just because I was exhausted. I wasn't marking terrible commentary.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure because I know you say I ramble sometimes. I want to make sure.
No.
All right. So there was a play on Aaron Dobson, and y'all can tell me if y'all saw that play. I know Big Red did.
I did definitely.
Would you say that was pass interference? Just real quick.
No, it was a bad call.
You said it was back up.
That ball was completely uncatchable. Aaron Dobson had no shot.
Okay, so here's my thing. He said bad call, and it shouldn't have been pass interference. Okay, so that call's already okay. We got one our way. No matter, even if you think it was pass interference, like I said, I couldn't see. I didn't get a good angle. Fine, whatever. But let's just say that's a bad call. And we've had we got calls our way early in the game, like I talked about. With if I I didn't see those, so I don't know. I didn't get to see the replays or whatever. So that happens, of course. Then it comes down, okay, 3 seconds left, one last play, and the infamous play, which is why now I take back for what I said about the Jets game, because I understand why I was getting critical. I had merit, I think, still think that, but I understand why people were attacking me for it, or attacking me, but it's not the right word. But anyways, and the thing is, like, and I see the light of it. I mean, I know it irks me to be a Patriots fan. That's when all you hear on ESPN is something about that. Look, okay, looking back at the play, live, I can only take it for what it's worth. They picked the flag up, whatever. But after analyzing, getting to watch the play and see and hear some people talk about it. Look, either way, I do lean towards that there should have been a flag thrown. I do lean towards that. Just gonna be obvious. Just gonna be honest. I do lean that the flag should have been thrown. But while I say that, I do see the other side. I think pass interference is that in the general in NFL. It's so iffy. They don't know when to call. They call it so inconsistently that you can be on either side and be right. Like, that's just the bottom line. Some calls think that's the play. You can be right that it's not pass interference, and you can be right that it is. It's just one of those plays to me. And
you know what, Phil? I'm so proud of you that you didn't skip Bayless the situation. Did y'all hear that nigga on First Take this morning?
No, but I can.
It was one of the biggest travesties.
He did.
In the history of the NFL. And I'm like, dog. If this didn't happen to your boy Tom Brady, do you really think Skip Bayless would have been acting like that? Let that have been EJ Manuel or some shit. You think he'd be acting like that?
And let me say this, okay? And this is how y'all may not think that because of what happened with the Jets game, but this is how I react to when penalties end, because this is the sole reason why I hate to play the Ravens, because this always happens. There's always a bad pass interference call against the Ravens, and everybody always blames that for the win, the result. Whoever won, Ravens or New England, it always happens. And I point back to I'm going to get on a rant, so I hope I can control myself. But
no, this is YouTube tape.
Yeah,
all day.
Okay,
go ahead.
People talk about, and this is not exactly the same thing, but I'm going to point it on the same scenario. People talk about so much, and it irks and Big Rat's one of them, and I know he's about to get hurt here, but they talk about so much how if Justin Tuck or whatever his freaking name is, the kicker, Justin Tucker makes that kick, it's a different story. Well, people still do not analyze that game. That shows me you did not watch that game, because you don't remember how Brady gets a couple first downs and the game they could run a lot of clock off. Instead, what does Brady do? And this is a knock on Brady. Yes, I'm knocking Brady on this. He launches the ball downfield on first down. Yes, first down, not second, third, or fourth. First down, launches the ball down.
Just so you know, it's not Justin Tucker. It's Billy Cundiff.
Sorry, Billy Cundiff. Anyways, I don't know why I said Tucker. Well, whatever. That's their current kicker. Tosses the ball. Bam, intercepted. So now Ravens got the ball just like that. First down. When Patriots had a lead, they could have ran the ball some. Nope, first down, launches the ball, interception. But no, nobody wants to mention that in that game. And that's the same thing I'm pointing here. And this time it's against my Patriots. Because 3rd and 1, I just talked about it. 3rd and 1, then 4th and 1. You kick a field goal. That's what lost the game. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm still not pointing to one thing, but in a sense, but you cannot say that flag lost the game. Yes, it ended the game. That is correct. But it did not lose us that game. Like, get the credit where credit is due, dadgummit. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm always going to prove to go towards the Patriots side. But the Panthers earn respect in that game, and they're not getting it. It's pissing me off, to be honest. Like, because people are talking about it, and that's all they're talking about.
This is amazing.
This needs to be. It's been said before, but it needs to be said again. Phil's development and his commentary as a fan this season has been outstanding.
Let me finish. I ain't done.
Go for it. Go all the time. No interruption. Go for it.
But this is ridiculous, okay? And Big Rat, I'm not knocking you, but you even got trapped in it. You weren't even being able to mention the Panthers. Why? Because so many people weren't mentioning it. So you got trapped in it.
I was shitting on everyone not mentioning the Panthers.
I mean, in caps. I mean, and what did I tell you? What did I tweet to you about your Patriots hate?
That unfortunately you have merit. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have merit here.
I wanted to cry.
I know. Here's why. Look, I do not take this anything. This is, to me, I will say this right now, this is nothing on the Patriots. This is the Patriots' love in the media. This is where I see it more often than not. Because I was at that game. I saw how that game went. Same thing with the Ravens-Patriots game that I talked about before. You don't think I watch Patriots games? I do, people. That's why, and that's why I'm passionate. That's why I'm talking like I am now. Because I know that why we lost that game. Same thing in the Jets. Look, I was mad after that game. That was the debate, that whole thing we talked about. I don't even know if we talked about it on an air show. But that's the whole thing I went back off with Big Rack. You know why? Because it was a play called that all people were claiming, because it was against the Patriots, they're not going to forget that none of you knew that freaking rule. Shut up, sit down, you didn't know that rule. That was my point about the Jets. Bottom line, though, is we had a 21-10-point lead in the first half, looking back at that game now. What happened in the second half? We played like freaking utter crap.
Because your mediocre quarterback decided to play terrible.
Oh, shut up.
Let me finish. Anyways, so I'll try to calm down here. But the point is, guys, like, I will say it, and I'll say it till the day I die. And I do not, and I will, and yes, I'm going to call out a rule that you guys all hate, and I'm going to say suck it. But anyways.
Oh, my God.
Rule. I'm sorry. Shut up. I know. We won't, okay, I won't mention it, but that is what I was going to talk about. One play call, and I'm talking about flag call, does not decide the game. Stop it. The only time that you have that scenario happen was, guess what? Replacement refs, Packers, Seahawks. That's the only time you can give me that argument. No other time you can. No other time.
Well, Phil, I have to disagree with you. If we're talking about the tuck rule.
Here's my thing, though, Markeem. What? What?
You know the game was over after that play.
Phil, Markeem's trying to say is that
I'm talking flags, though.
There could have essentially been no time on the clock because the Raiders were just going to take a knee.
Right. That's not. Wait, look, listen. That's not exactly a good example to what my argument is because I'm talking about.
It's the Fail Mary and the tuck rule. Those are the two exceptions.
Okay, well, I'll give you the exception to the tuck rule just because. Bottom line is, though, I hate when people say that that's why we won a Super Bowl. That's not why we won a Super Bowl. That is why we won that game. If you want to say that, I'm not going to say it. But that's why if you want to say that, you have merit. But you don't have merit in saying that's why we won a Super Bowl. But moving on.
Well, Phil, if you
I don't care. I understand that, Markeem, but you can't. We still have to win the Super Bowl. That's why we got you.
Let him go. He has a point. Let him go. Come on.
Okay, I understand the tuck rule thing, but anyways. So the bottom line is, guys, a flag. I'm sorry. Pull a scenario where a flag, now that was not a flag, but a flag will cost a team a game because I will show you the mistake they made.
Oh my God.
But Markeem, and Big Rat's going to hate me. I'll come back to that. The game I'm sure that if you can go through that point, and there's a point in that game where Miami made a mistake, that they don't make that mistake. I'm just saying, I guarantee I don't know the game well enough.
No.
Right?
There's a point when Maurice Claret takes the ball away from the defender after they intercepted it.
Sean,
remember that?
Dude, defender.
Let's not talk about the game.
It was Sean Taylor. Yes.
But anyway,
the defender. Don't be so disrespectful.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just sick of it. And that's why, and like I said, I made the only exception that I can honestly remember that I've ever made, I've complained about a bad call, was this year against the Jets. But looking back at the game, I still say that wasn't what cost us the game, even though I did say those choice words on Twitter. I take those choice words back. I still stand by the fact that no one knew that rule, and don't lie to me and say you did. But, and there might be an exception that some did. I will admit that. But the most smart people aren't on Twitter. Well, I won't say that, but there are smart people on Twitter, including myself. Anyways, and Markeem and Brady. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, enough about the call. I get it, dude. But the one thing I will say about Gronk is he could have done more to fight the act, like he was trying to get the ball. But understand he saw it on through his pick, whatever. If that interception guy, but here's the thing I'd look at on that play. You take the interception guy out of the equation, you just like erase, say he wasn't there, and the ball's coming. That is an easy pass interference, right? Am I right?
That ball was uncatchable.
Listen, Markeem. No, listen, Big Rat. If that defender is not there to pick it off,
but
Gronk has a chance to get. Gronk has it. Listen.
Okay. Yes, hold on. No. Wait, I know what you're saying. Look,
right.
Phil, it's the letter of the law, spirit of the law debate. According to the letter of the law, yes. But if you're talking to the spirit of the law,
about this call.
Wait, listen. The
spirit
of the call, the spirit of that argument is that if the receiver has no shot to catch the ball, then the pass interference is irrelevant. That's the spirit of the law. The letter of the law says that if the receiver is in a position to catch it, then it's catchable. But the spirit of the law is that if a ball is uncatchable, pass interference is irrelevant. That ball was uncatchable. Like that's the whole argument. Gronk was not catching. Luke Kuechly doesn't do that.
Like even Tom Brady admitted it was uncatchable.
But here's the thing that I'm saying with this. He wasn't going to catch the ball. But that does not change the fact that he was still being held.
Yeah, but it's like you know
what I'm saying? He's still being held. Now, is it pass interference?
Yes,
no.
But the people are complaining. The people are complaining not because they were robbed of a touchdown, because according to a weird technicality, they could have been given a bogus extra play that they weren't given, and they're mad that it was taken away. If the ref never threw the flag, none of this is an issue.
And I agree, and that's actually one of my biggest faults about the whole thing. And I get they all came together.
And have you seen that?
We spent 20 minutes talking about this call.
I'm trying to get done with it. Okay.
You ramble, goddammit! Sorry to be a dick, but it's true.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But anyways, what I was just saying was they threw the flag, they picked it up. All right, we'll move on. Okay, that's my biggest fault with it. Anyways, don't even throw the flag. But okay. Whatever, and it should have. I still think that's. I do agree with Skip that those things should be reviewed, though. But whatever, I do say that.
No, because you would have to do that all the time, and I don't want.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm just talking about.
Nobody wants that. Trust me. Like y'all think y'all want that, but y'all don't want that.
I know, but anyways, I'll just say this. To finish off my thoughts on the game. What is it?
No, just finish. Just finish. God damn it.
I know what you're posting. I know what you're freaking posting. What goes around comes around. You win some, you lose some. But you could do that. You know how many times you could circle a picture like that of a holding call?
Yeah. That it wasn't called because it's the Patriots.
Oh, that's not why that wasn't called. Shut up. Don't be a dick. You know that wasn't. Anyways, that wasn't called because of the Patriots. Shut up. You got some bad hate, son. Anyways, you deserve to hate it.
God damn it.
What? I'm just saying. Don't comment like that and think you're not gonna get a rebuttal. I'm just saying. Anyways, but anyways, the game is what it was. Congrats to the Panthers. I won't even say. I was gonna go into some other stuff, but I'll just cut it off because I've gone on long enough. But anyways, glad to have Shane Freeman back. We'll bounce back, and good luck, Broncos. Moving on.
This show has gone 50 minutes, and we haven't even finished the team section yet.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. Continue.
Well. Yeah. Again, everybody, I'll talk about the Dolphins, but very quickly, my thoughts on that whole thing was what I just said to Phil. That, yes, the letter of the law is that if you hold a guy from catching a ball when he is in a position to catch it, then it's pass interference. But even though he was in position to catch the ball, he would not have caught the ball because the other defender was there. And so if the ball was uncatchable...
But see,
who cares?
One thing I will say real quick, Big Rack, I'll be done with that. I know we're still talking about it. But you can't just
I'm about to
say...
fuck y'all
I know,
up.
sorry.
Can we move on?
You can't just say... You can't. All right, but you can't just say he won't catch the ball. That's determining the future.
He would not have caught the ball.
That's determining the future. That's like saying, I know that...
All right, we're done. We're moving on. So the Miami Dolphins suck dick. What else is new? Okay, the Dolphins this week they won a very good game because, as these guys can both tell you, I do not remember if it was recorded or not. We've now had two, not one, but two full shows that have just not happened. But they're, whatchamacallit, they're, when they played the Bengals, I went into a huge rant the week before, how pissed I was at the Dolphins and everything. And I go to both these guys and I'm like, guaranteed, without question, not a doubt in my mind, we're beating the Bengals. Like, not even the slightest doubt of my mind. Guaranteed W. But it's not going to matter. I told them both that same thing. And we won. And then the very next week, we lost to the 0-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I was probably at the worst I've been all season regarding this team. I can't yell at them. It's the typical Dolphins. I was so ready to come on here and just yell and scream at how disappointing this franchise always is and why they got to beat this tease every fucking year. But then they beat the Chargers. And I'll be honest with you guys, beating the Chargers does matter. That did mean something. That was a very important game. And I was impressed. Now, this is typical Dolphins. They get my hopes up only to just completely derail them the next few weeks. But that meant something. I won't lie. I won't take that away from them. That meant something. But I will say this. I asked my brother yesterday, because me and my brother both predicted the Dolphins and the Hurricanes to have 9 to 10 win seasons. And I asked my brother, who's been more disappointing the past few weeks, the Dolphins or the Miami Hurricanes? And he said it's the Hurricanes, because with the Dolphins, it's just like scar tissue at this point. Like, there's just so much pain and torture already that there's just very little more they can do to piss me off. But I don't know. They're getting creative. Like I posted on my Facebook after the Tampa Bay game, I marveled at the new and creative ways this franchise comes up with to torture their fan base. But, yeah, honestly, I can't rag on the Dolphins. They beat the Chargers. That was an important game. So, we'll see. I'll yell at them after this week. I need to wait for a loss for me to fully go all out like I want to. And I know we're playing one of the best teams in the NFL right now, but I don't care. I need to wait for a loss to just go off. But that's that. Anyways, now we're moving on. Just again, another update. A new thing we started the last time we did this was the progress on the top teams and updates on what's happening with the organizations. Okay, Markeem, well, right now we got Bama, FSU, Ohio State, and Baylor are still the top 4. Stanford, who was looking to maybe getting a shot at a very good Rose Bowl, at a very good bowl game, which... I mean, is it impossible at this point because they have 2 losses?
No, they still could win the Pac-12.
Oh, but aren't they in the same division as Oregon?
That is right.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Oregon needs to lose again.
That is true. Yeah, Oregon will have to lose again.
But yeah, about the Stanford loss. The Stanford loss. Just talk about it in general.
The game itself?
Yeah, Stanford, USC, what it means for both. Go for it.
I mean, you know, like it's tough for me to really talk about this game because I can tell you this: I saw a lot of stupid shit on Twitter, like Stanford's overrated, blah blah blah. This is the Coliseum at full capacity, which is something that Lane Kiffin never did. So all y'all new niggas that decided to jump in and try to comment on college football probably never seen that stadium ever look like that. But this is the Coliseum in late November. You know what I'm saying? To capacity against a rival like Stanford. Yeah, like, you know, it doesn't shock me. You know what I mean? A lot of people are picking USC. A lot of the experts are picking USC to win. And I was like, yeah, I get it. You know, I get it. But they played a damn near perfect game. It is what it is. You know, they got it done. Kevin Hogan was never in sync. They could never play ball control because the defense stepped up huge. Like, they played a near perfect game, and they won. Took care of business. But for USC, this means that this team is... I always thought they was talented. You know what I mean? I just thought they needed a new coach. But you know, it just tells me pretty much what I said, that it was a talented team showing how talented they were. And Stanford is a very talented team also, but they're just not as good as last year, which is why I picked Oregon to beat them, unlike I did last year. You know what I mean? I just thought they weren't as good. No, that's all. You know, I don't waver at all about how I felt about them. I don't think they're overrated. I think they still have one of the best defenses in the country. I think they're physical. I think they destroy people. I think they're like one of the most like unorthodox teams to face because you don't know what they're gonna do from week to week. Either they're gonna be this boring intermediate passing team, or they're gonna just kick you in the face. You know, and you know, it's what it is. But props to USC. Not much else to say.
USC has a very good chance to go to the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah.
Because UCLA plays Arizona State, and then USC plays UCLA. And That'd be something. I'll just say that much. That'd be something.
Yeah, it would be something. And Lane Kiffin, it shows you right there. Lane Kiffin, like Ed Orgeron to me should just be the coach. Like fuck that. They should just not even look. He should be the coach at this point. Like he understands the roster. You know what I mean? He even got a coach sign from Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? He should just be the he should be the coach, man. It is what it is. But, you know.
How do you think, seeing that this roster, that this team is ranked 23rd now, without Lane Kiffin, how do they do last year with Orgeron as the coach?
With Orgeron as the coach, maybe play for a national championship. Maybe Matt Barkley stays upright. Maybe they play for a national championship. It's that simple. It is that simple. That is how inept Lane Kiffin was as a head coach. Do you see what this team is doing without actually having a quarterback right now? Like you see, like they don't like Cody Kessler. He's fine, but he's not really where he needs to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Barkley was a senior quarterback who had the second best season in the Pac-12 behind Andrew Luck the year before. You know what I mean, motherfuckers were saying that Matt Barkley could have been the second quarterback taken in that draft, son. That's what people were saying. And this guy was coming back to play for you. If he had an even semi decent head coach, they would have been way better than they were. Lane Kiffin was that awful. And right now, Lane Kiffin is on radio shows all over the country and different shit like that, lobbying to get a new coaching job. And it's going to happen because that's the snake he is. He was on College Game Day just talking all sorts of nonsense a few weeks ago. Like, yeah, you know, those kids fought hard for me. And, you know, I'm very proud of what we did at USC. Shit like that should tell you right there he shouldn't coach anyone. How can you be proud of how abysmal you were, dog? Like, how can you have a roster like that and not do anything relevant and be proud of that? You got Marquise Lee, who I told y'all last year I thought was the best wide receiver in the game, possibly the best player in the game. He's been hurt a lot this year, but he's still a fucking stud. And you have a player like that, and you fail to get on the ball. You know, you're putting Matt Barkley out there. All this stuff I've said a bunch, but he's terrible. He's terrible. No, like I never want to see him coach anywhere ever again. Not even little league shit. He's off. He's just off.
He's the worst. The worst employee in America.
Yeah. If he ever gets another coaching job, he's the worst employee in America. Like people like, well, maybe he'll be a good assistant. I'm not even sure. Wasn't he an assistant for the Raiders? Wasn't he like a defensive coordinator? And it was just kind of okay. Some shit like that. Wasn't he just kind of okay on defense?
I believe so, if I remember correctly.
I'm done with that guy. But yeah, USC, they're a really good team. It's just they needed direction. And Coach O has given them direction. Please stick with this dude. That's how I feel. David Shaw is still a dynamite coach. Like I said, I just don't think this team is as good as last year's. That's up.
All right. All right, I guess we could talk more about the landscape when we talk about the games. But one more notable thing that happened last week that I kind of want to address is just in general, Auburn. I remember before the season, I mean, you and Michael Hanskar and a bunch of other people were just like laughing the possibility of Oregon being a threat in the SEC. And they're one win away from going to the SEC championship and knocking off, obviously, the best team in the country. Just like, what happened?
Man, listen here, I know nothing about this game. I don't know why y'all listen to me. I know nothing about college football, and that's pretty much how it goes. Like, dog, Gus Malzahn, who was the offensive coordinator as well as assistant during the national championship run, and I thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know his name until like 3 weeks ago because I thought it was Cam Newton doing most of that shit. Because it was Cam Newton doing most of that shit, and I thought, I was like, you know, he doesn't have much experience at a school like this being a head coach, like at this big of a program. Because Auburn, you know, there was a few years ago where they were like, you know, Alabama, and then it was actually a rivalry. Like lately, it hasn't been. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it was actually a rivalry. You know what I mean? But I gotta say, man, he might be the coach of the year, man. Homeboy in Missouri, I forget his name too. It might be him too. But Gus Malzahn had the biggest turnaround of anyone in college football. I think a lot of it has to do with him. Gene Chizik was just that bad.
Can you imagine an SEC title game of Auburn, Missouri?
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
That's very close to happening. It's just
son. It's gonna be Gamecock Bama.
We'll see.
I mean, probably, but we'll see.
Most likely. That's what most people believe. Missouri, for those who do not know, Missouri still has to beat
one.
Missouri still has to lose a game. And they play Ole Miss on the road, who beat LSU in Ole Miss. And then after they play Ole Miss on the road, they gotta play at home, but they still gotta play Texas A&M. So yeah, I know a lot of people who are just immediately discounting Missouri, who are just like so sure that South Carolina's going to make it. Or hey,
and I am not one of those people, by the way.
You think Missouri's going to win out?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, we'll get there. We'll start talking about this stuff. So yeah, that's really only the two major news from the weekend. That Auburn's success and Stanford's fall and USC's rise. But we'll talk about that. Obviously, we'll talk about college football more when we do the games. As far as NFL, I don't think there's anything pressing we need to talk about. We kind of covered our teams. We covered the status quo for the most part. Well, honestly, the storyline this week is all in the games. There's no really like major storyline that needs to address on its own. Let's just go to the games. How's that sound?
Hold on. One thing I want to say: leave Jameis Winston alone.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on.
Oh yes. Yeah.
What? That there was DNA evidence connecting him to the sexual assault crime?
All that says is that he was with the girl, which he never denied. Can we move the fuck on, please? Can we stop trying to dig? Like, yo, if Florida State was 1-9 right now, no one would care. That's simple.
Markeem, though, what if it comes out he's right? I'm just saying, just talking.
I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. But can
we leave it alone? I agree. Can we leave it?
The timing is rather convenient.
Exactly.
Like
right.
That.
The timing is rather suspicious. I agree.
Fair enough.
I've said the same thing. So.
That rapist still shouldn't win the Heisman. Anyways, moving on.
Man, look here. If he didn't cheat, if he didn't, now, this is a fucked up thing to say, but if he didn't cheat, listen here. If a rapist can be champion in the NBA, I don't see why.
That's true. That's true. This is true.
My biggest crime was adultery. Now your biggest crime was forcing your way into that white girl, Kobe Bryant. That was your.
Hey, did you ever hear this though? 8 was the rapist. 24 stuff.
That's funny.
Actually, we should.
Daniel Tosh joke, I think.
Not to harp more on college football.
Really? I laughed at a Daniel Tosh joke.
Yeah, you did. I think that was Daniel Tosh.
We should mention the Heisman Race thing. I believe the updated standings. I haven't looked at them in a little bit, but I believe the updated standings are that Jameis Winston's in the lead right now, and behind him is Johnny Football. And Bryce Petty has been getting a lot of support lately,
and well deserved because that boy is balling.
And the other one, who's the other one? I mean, Mariota's still there. Oh, yeah, and AJ McCarron. That was the other one. It's McCarron, Mariota, Petty, Johnny Football, Jameis Winston. Jordan Lynch and Derek Carr are a little bit lower. But what are your thoughts here?
Fuck Jordan Lynch, man. That dude's overrated. But anyway, the only reason I say that is because Jordan Lynch, he does everything on that team. Like, his numbers are kind of inflated because he does everything. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but he does literally everything. I bet if it wasn't him, it'd be someone else. You know what I mean?
I have seen Jordan. I've seen Jordan Lynch live playing against FSU, and he looked all kinds of terrible. So,
he does everything. He does every single thing. That's why his numbers look like that.
All right, with the other guys, go. The general Heisman race. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. AJ McCarron could win this thing. Let me tell y'all how.
I know.
Let me tell y'all how. The LSU game, he looked pretty damn good. That's why his name is like there now. We got the title game left and Auburn. I'm just saying, like, if he balls out in these next 2 games, that will be fresh on the voters' mind. I'm just letting y'all know he could win this thing. And plus, they be undefeated, and the voters love that. And he's a senior, and he's going for history, because I feel like 3 national championships, I mean, it's going to be kind of like if he wins a Heisman, it's going to be like inarguable. He's the best ever at the college level. Like, I'm sorry to people.
I know, but Come on, you see before this season, his previous 2 national championships. I mean, you saw him. He wasn't.
I saw, nigga. I know. I'm just saying,
like,
man,
look what he did, and look what Tebow did, and you like can see a clear difference as far as impact on the game.
I know that. But 3 national championships.
This is why I hate Tom Brady. This is why I hate the praise that Tom Brady gets. It's like,
but I'm just saying, and then he has a first team All-American. Year before, no, he doesn't. Second team, my bad. It's second team All-American. I'm just saying, man, 2 of them actually. I'm just saying. I know it sucks to think about, but it can happen. That shit is a real possibility.
All right,
but
other guys.
But I don't think it will happen though, to be honest with you. But it could. Wouldn't shock me. Crazier shit has happened. Like when Charles Woodson actually won it, which I didn't expect. Crazy shit happens. But right now my winner will be Winston, because in the biggest games he has been the best. I mean, like the second half against Miami. Say what you want about the first half, but in that second half, boy was sensational. Like he stepped on y'all neck in that second half. Against Clemson, he was incredible. Yeah, I mean he's been great all year, and they have not looked bad. And he's been the catalyst, because people were saying they were worse because they lost a lot of guys, and EJ Manuel was gone, but that didn't mean shit.
He's much better. Like, come on, is that even a debate?
Yeah. Well, at least at the college level, he is much better. Not even close. But people were wondering what was going to happen to him, and look at him. It's like, who gives a fuck that he's gone? But so he'd be my winner. My second would be Mike Evans. That's just me. But realistically, the second would be Johnny Manziel. Just expect that if the season ended today. Like, it'd be Manziel. A lot of people think he should win because his numbers are better. And there's logical people like Kirk Herbstreit and myself have said his numbers are better because of Mike Evans. But whatever. But yeah, but he'd be second. Third is where it gets a little hazy. Like third, I really don't even know. It's like you could say Mike Evans. You could say Marcus Mariota. You could say Bryce Petty. You could even kind of say Braxton Miller a little bit.
He's there.
It's just the third one is just third, like 3 through 5 is like take your pick. But those the top 2, Winston and Manziel. You can expect that.
If Manziel
and McCarron and all those guys thrown in that 3 through 5 range.
If FSU just kind of drifts along, does what they're due, and they have like a competitive game against Duke, but they like win. They win the ACC, but they're not beating Duke. They don't beat Duke by like 60. They just win a normal football game. And Manziel, if Missouri wins this week, and Manziel's the one to take Missouri down, quote unquote, that big win that you say he's never gotten. Not what you think.
I didn't say he's never gotten. I say he hadn't gotten it this year.
All right, no, I'm saying, but like if that happens, like I'm not what you think, but how do you think that impacts the voters? If Manziel goes and is the one to take down Missouri,
greatly impacts everything, man. Like he's the one to end the dream and plays well doing it. You're saying he's like,
yeah, oh yeah.
About Winston though, Winston wins this game. Does he play well, or do they just win?
I think they just win. I don't think like his numbers, his performance doesn't fly off the page like it did against Clemson.
Okay, well then yeah, that would be a big deal. That would be a big factor. But I know, listening to Lee Corso, who I don't like, but he gets a Heisman vote, so whatever. But he's one of the elder statesmen. A lot of them think like him. He had a good point. He was like, you look at Manziel's body of work this year, his numbers are impressive and stuff, but what type of Heisman moments do he really have? Almost beating Alabama is not good enough. I mean, he's kind of right, He was like, Heisman is not always the best player; it's the most outstanding player. And can you really say that about Johnny Manziel this year? The way Jameis Winston is taking the college game by storm, has a point. He said you could say that he's not even the most outstanding player on his team.
He's a smart. Why don't you like Lee Corso? I actually didn't know this.
Because Lee Corso is stupid.
He's funny though. He's comic
funny,
relief.
yeah.
He's funny, but he's dumb. He's like the old guy you let talk because he's entertaining. You know, you ever been like the family reunion? You got the crazy uncle that always says wild shit, and you just wonder what he's gonna say next.
He picked
That's
UCLA.
Lee Corso. Yeah, well, yeah.
One thing I will say, can I say something about the Heisman stuff?
Go for it.
I would say I give it the edge to Jameis Winston, but
I mean,
Manziel second.
I would too, with my obvious bias that Johnny Football is my favorite player in college football, and Jameis Winston plays for the team that ruined UM's season.
Oh, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Should I go this week on the record about this? I don't know. I want to go on record. And Markeem, you may laugh and even bigger at me.
I want to hear this.
Johnny Manziel. I'm not. How do I word this the right way? Will not. All right, I got to make sure I'm wording this right. Will not be a. Should I say superstar or star? Should not be. Will just be maybe average, maybe a little bit above average quarterback in the NFL. Maybe that's as far as I'm giving. Okay.
A lot of scouts think that anyway.
I'm leaning towards below average though.
I don't know about that, but a lot of scouts think that anyway.
But anyway,
I don't know if he'll ever get an opportunity to start if the right team doesn't draft him. He might not ever get an opportunity to start.
I think some people. I mean, Matt Miller. This is the reason why I think Johnny Manziel will do really well in the NFL. Matt Miller tweeted this a while ago, and I really, really agree with him. He just tweeted very clearly: Keenan Allen, Joseph Faria, and Jordan Reed. 3 examples of how sometimes we just overlook the draft process and don't spend enough time just looking for kids who can play football. There is a very underrated instinctual part of the game. Like this ability to just, when your instincts come into play, what's the best decision to make? And Johnny Football displays that a lot at A&M.
You think he always makes the best decision? We really gonna do this right now?
Way more often.
We really gonna overlook all those times he throws in them tight windows
often than not.
and makes them dumbass decisions, throwing across his body, relying on his. Yo, when he's on the field, special things happen. But if you really gonna say that he more often than not makes the right decision, I will leave this call right now.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, wow.
He's like honestly, with Johnny Manziel, a lot of times it's more luck than anything else.
Oh my!
Like that's just being real.
Right.
That's just being real.
We're done.
That's what Mike. No. That's why Mike. This the same shit. This is why I'm upset. Mike Evans does not get enough credit. There's been so many times this motherfucker throws in the triple, double, quadruple coverage at times just because he can. He's Johnny Manziel, and shit somehow works out. He throws across his body almost every play. The nigga's mechanics is terrible. It's just like breaking him down as an NFL player. He's special because he's fearless. He's fearless. He's willing to take risks to make special things happen.
That's a big part of instincts.
But to say he usually makes the right decision, which is what you just said, I could punch you in the face.
My main argument was that he's a very instinctual player, and a big part of instincts is being fearless. I don't know how you can separate the two. Actually, it's nearly impossible. No, nigga. You said that Phil. You heard him just say he most of the time makes the right decision. I did, and I stand by that. I did, and I stand by that. Nigga. And I watch the dude. I watch the dude almost every week.
I watch him too, nigga. I was the one that told you about him.
Oh my god! You told me about him last year because people.
Yeah.
No, because people told you about him and you just passed it along. It's not like you discovered him. A lot of people were hyping him up.
No. This is what happened. See, motherfucker. See, you gonna tell me about what happened in my life? This is what happened. Texas A&M wasn't ranked. And that was the game that was on, and they were playing Florida. And then the guy before the game was like, this kid won the starting job because he had an amazing practice 2 weeks before this game. Let's see what he got. And then I watched him, and I was like, he has something. That's what happened, motherfucker. The guy, I don't even remember the announcer. The guy said it, and I was like, all right, let me see what this kid got. So shut the fuck up.
All right.
It wasn't people. It was per son. It wasn't people. It was one person.
Well, you weren't the only way before that LSU game, yeah, not the Bama game, the LSU game. Way before that game, people were talking about. I saw many people talking about Johnny Football. It's not like you pulled me aside after the Florida game and said, "Hey, kid, I just saw the Florida game today, and this kid is special."
Phil, you remember when I came on the show and I was like, not enough people were talking about Johnny Football. What did the kids say? Who the hell is that? So shut up.
He did. That's true.
I don't remember that.
He was like, who the hell is that? And then remember you said you told your homeboy. He gave you that same answer. Who the hell is that?
Well, I told my homeboy.
Yeah, whatever.
You did.
Whatever.
You definitely didn't tell my homeboy. I told my homeboy.
I didn't tell your homeboy, but then, you get what I'm saying.
All right. Well, my point is, Johnny Manziel does rely a lot on his instincts, and I think
he needs to tone that shit down.
Hold on. I'm not saying he can take as many risks as he wants in the NFL. What I'm saying is that having instinctual playmaking ability and being fearless, that's stuff that you can't teach. As far as, hey, Johnny, don't throw across your body, that's something that any NFL offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach can tell him not to do. As far as actually having the determination and the guts to just go out and try to find a play, like how Russell Wilson does it, like how Colin Kaepernick, when he's playing well, can do it, like how a lot of these quarterbacks can do it. That's a special trait, and he has that. Jameis Winston has that too. I don't see that in like many of the quarterbacks that I've seen in the college game. So that's something you cannot teach, and he has that. All the other issues people have with him...
That sounds a little bit better.
All the issues that people have with him, I think, can be fixed. So I like everyone criticizing his throwing motion and his mechanics, all this and that. I don't think that's something that that's just going to haunt him for the rest of his career. And the height thing is just really overrated. I'm sorry. It's one of the worst arguments in all of football. Do you guys know which quarterback gets his most passes batted at the line of scrimmage?
It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers and Andy Dalton. Two guys who are above 6'2". The theory that if you are short, you will not throw above the line of scrimmage, I personally think Russell Wilson and Drew Brees can single-handedly kill that.
Well, I think. See, Mel Kiper had a good point. Mel Kiper was like people think that's the issue. The issue is seeing above the line of scrimmage. He was like, a lot of motherfuckers have that problem. He didn't say motherfuckers, but he's like, a lot of people have that problem. He was like, that's what hindered a lot of guys coming out. He said now the game is a little bit different, so maybe he'll be able to overcome that. But he was like, it's a calculated risk. He was like guys like Drew Brees and Russell Wilson are the exception.
I'm not saying that Russell Wilson and Drew Brees prove that short quarterbacks can make it in the NFL. I'm saying Russell Wilson and Drew Brees can prove that the ball down and batted at the line of scrimmage issue is just not an issue. Seeing the field, that's one thing.
Yeah, like that's a myth. Like a lot of times, your release is what dictates if the ball gets batted at the line of scrimmage or not.
That's very true.
A lot of people think it's height, but it's really not. It's just how you release the ball.
How does Michael Vick see above the line of scrimmage?
He doesn't. That's why he throws so many picks. But whatever.
Tell that to Pat White.
So yes.
You just say Pat White. Pat, good God.
I have faith in Johnny I'm not saying Johnny Manziel will be Russell Wilson, but I have faith in him as an NFL project, and I think
no. I'm gonna be honest with you. He could be Russell Wilson. That dude could be really good. He could be a more athletic like Drew Brees. Like honestly. Like seriously, that's how good he could be. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying that there are question marks about that dude, and there are a lot of them. And a lot of motherfuckers that are fans of him, they ignore him.
And
you know what I mean?
And y'all forgot to point something out. He's egotistical already, and he could turn into the next year Marcus Russell or Matt Leinart. Just saying.
Someone made a
Matt Leinart maybe, but not.
Someone made a great argument about this. That people get this image. Someone tweeted this about Johnny Football. People think egotistical means not hardworking. I don't
think that.
But a lot of people draw that comparison.
But I think that's why he's such a herd elite.
But Johnny Football definitely has a great work ethic.
Yeah. He's gotten better this year. That's because he worked at it.
People always say, well, you can't just use Russell Wilson because not every short quarterback is Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson and Johnny Football have a lot of similarities aside from the
here's gonna be the thing. Here's gonna be the kicker. When he's in the NFL, I hate to cut you off, Kevin. It's popped in my head. When he's in the NFL, the kicker's gonna be Because Matt Leinart was the same. Matt Leinart always was a party guy. It's just when he got to the NFL, he got way more opportunities to be a party guy because he got the NFL money and all that stuff.
Exactly.
I just wonder, will that be Manziel? You know what I'm saying? Like, will that be him? Like, I don't think he'll be like Jamarcus Russell where he gets his money and then doesn't give a fuck about football. I just wonder that will the nightlife become more important than actual football with him?
I think it does. I think the reason that I think it won't. Remember, because he's such a hard worker. I don't think it will. I don't think it will if it starts to impact.
I mean, Matt
his ability
Leinart was too, though, kid.
But if it really gets to the point where he's having fun, but he's just not being good at the NFL level, like I don't know. But fair enough. But what I want to say with the Russell Wilson comparison is that they both have that instinctual mobility. They both have the mobility. They both have the playmaking ability. And the big thing that many people don't acknowledge, Johnny Football has one of the best arms in this year's draft class. His arm is fantastic.
I would agree with that.
And Russell Wilson, also a fantastic arm. So people say, well, you can't just use Russell Wilson to say Johnny Football's going to do good. But they have a lot of similarities. Obviously, Wilson's mechanics were better. But like I said, I think that could be fixed. Like that's why people make the comparison. Not just, he's short, he succeeded. It's because they have similarities.
Like honestly, I thought like one thing I will say about Manziel, if he turns out to be good, it wouldn't surprise me. Russell Wilson totally shocked me because the thing about Russ is I thought he was just like dead on the field. Like, you know what I mean? I thought he had like no passion, no nothing. He would just play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whether shit goes wrong or bad, he would just play the game and whatever happens, happens. Johnny Manziel wants to beat you and humiliate you. Right. And I think that's actually kind of a strength. And, you know, so.
I'm not going to be all Skip Bayless.
We'll talk more about this around draft time. Like, my God.
Right. I know we're rambling a lot tonight.
But, well, no, this isn't rambling because we're actually providing new arguments.
Right. I didn't bash what's yours.
Well, what was I going to say? But did you see I will say, did you see the video where Skip Bayless was there with Mel Kiper talking about Johnny Football?
Yeah.
It was like embarrassing. Like Mel Kiper clearly just like thought the worst about Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless was providing no arguments whatsoever. He just kept saying he's a transcendental player, and I can make an argument for him to be a top 2 draft pick. And Mel
was like, look, nothing wrong with me saying he's gonna go in the second round. It's the second round.
Yeah, that's what projected round he's going in. What you said, second?
Yeah, second.
Okay.
Second for the most part. Yeah. It depends.
You don't think someone would trade back? Someone's trading in the first.
That shit's gonna change so much.
I know. Yeah, I know. Go.
I know.
Move on.
EJ fucking Manuel was the first quarterback taken. I guarantee you.
I still can't believe that either. But go ahead.
Like
that's why you're the Bills.
Well, we can all finally admit that we were wrong, though. But
not EJ.
And I would like to point out.
Class so far, yeah.
I would like to point out. Phenomenal X. Danny on Twitter told me on Skype the other day that he wasn't happy with the last YouTube take. He was very unhappy with the college football to football ratio. Well, guess what? Danny, if you're listening, you would have loved this. This has been like an hour straight of straight glorious college football. And we're going to do more because we're going to preview games.
I mean, because let's be real, y'all. Like, I know y'all love the NFL, but I'm going to be honest, man. Isn't it just more interesting to talk about what could happen? College football is just more exciting. Like, it's that simple, man.
I don't think. Hold on. I don't think that's why. There's just more to talk about now.
Does it, Markeem? I'll give you Markeem. I'll say this, Markeem.
There are only seriously. There are only 32 teams, and we could talk about, and half of them aren't any good. Like, so what's even the point?
Listen to this, Markeem. Let me say this. I think that I've learned more and more with the more involved I've been now because of you and different real regions with college football. It is more exciting from week to week. Like, there's just so much that can change from week to week in college. Where NFL, it's not going to change that much from week to week.
Exactly. And
it's
then half the teams aren't very good,
and to be honest, and I was going to bring this up later about in general, but I don't know really when I was going to bring it up, but there is no dominant team this year. It's just the bottom line. I don't care. I know there's 2 teams with only 1 loss, but I'm just saying, to me, there's not a dominant team out there.
In the NFL?
No, there's not. I don't think Denver's dominant. I don't
know if I can agree with that.
Now, offensively, yes, they are dominant, but I'm talking about as a whole. What would that? I'm just saying, as a whole, and we'll get to that.
We'll see about that one in 2 weeks. If they win at Kansas City, they're dominant. But we'll see. Let's move on to
and beat us, but move on.
All right, we're gonna do a mid-seasons like awards thing at some point. We're not doing that today, But I
past
do
mid-season.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. But I do
We
very.
might as well just wait now.
We might as well just wait now. We're past mid-season.
Oh, god damn it, you both suck. What I was going to say is that, very quickly, the best way to do these things is I'm going to ask 3 questions. You two can't think about it. You just say the first name that comes to your mind without thinking about it, and that's how you really determine something. I'm not going to say MVP because that's obvious. Coach of the Year, Phil, go.
Coach of the Year? Oh, gosh.
5 seconds.
NFL?
Andy
Yes.
Reid.
Oh, okay, that's easy too. Markeem, college, Coach of the Year, go. 5 seconds.
Gus Malzahn.
Phil, Defensive Player of the Year, NFL.
Dang, Luke Kuechly?
Markeem?
I don't know.
College Defensive Player of the Year?
Both.
No.
NFL.
I don't know. NFL
Tamba Ali, maybe?
NFL, you put me on this.
Tamba Ali,
College?
maybe. College, I don't know. Probably like Will Sutton or something.
Okay. That's all I want to know. We'll get more
That's it?
of that later.
That's it? Okay. All right.
Yeah. For those wondering my opinion, I would have said Gus Malzahn, and I would have said JJ,
Hey.
and I would have said JJ Watt because people don't know this, but statistically, he's actually having a better season than last year. No one knows because the team is terrible, but he is. Look at the numbers.
Good point. I don't know, but go ahead and ask offensive MVP. Go ahead. Just ask it.
Offensive MVP.
Don't
Peyton
you
Manning.
do it.
Peyton Manning.
Alright.
No,
I'm
I was just
saying.
making sure people made
I'm about to say.
No, I wasn't going there. I was just going him to
He
say
would have
it.
been too stupid to say Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
No,
Like,
I
good
wouldn't.
Lord.
I told you this before the show, but yes.
All right,
I wouldn't.
here's a better question.
Skip Bayless did.
Well, he's
But
an idiot.
never mind. I'm not
Markeem, very quickly, Markeem, offensive MVP in the NFL, not named Peyton Manning.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Uh,
Then I might say, never mind, I'm going to stop.
Megatron?
Oh, well.
Megatron's good. I probably would have said Drew Brees, but Megatron's
Oh, I got
good
one.
too.
I got one.
Who?
Matt freaking Forte.
I don't know about MVP.
It's
but
random.
It's
That's
good.
random,
No,
I know.
it's strong. It's strong. Jamal Charles is better though for that one.
You think?
It's
Josh McCown versus Alex Smith?
Yeah. Jamal Charles is a far bigger. Jamal Charles and is just as good as Matt Forte, but Jamal Charles' team is 9-1.
Okay, look, I got you.
Let's pick games.
Okay, good.
That's my favorite part of the week, anyways.
And we're fine.
All right. College football world. Markeem, we got the Virginia Cavaliers. What is it? Is it Cavaliers?
Cavaliers.
The Virginia Cavaliers at the Miami Hurricanes. Do we lose 4 in a row, in your opinion?
Impossible. This is one of the worst teams in the country. Y'all better not lose. It's that simple. Y'all cannot lose to these fools. These fools have been frauds since Schaub was there. No, I'm kidding.
That was not fair.
I mean, I just don't like Virginia. They're our rival. Obviously, I hate them.
Hey, Markeem.
Yeah.
Laundromat, son.
No. Let's not. Laundromat played pretty damn okay last week.
Shut up. Case Keenum starting this week. That's all.
But yeah, Miami not only should beat these dudes, they should beat them pretty convincingly. They have to. They just have to. They can't be that bad.
Phil, are you going to go on a hero pick this week against the Hurricanes?
No, as much as I wanted to last week, and honestly, or the last time we talked, and when Markeem said, "Don't you do it, Phil," that's honestly what changed my mind. I will almost pick Virginia Tech a hero pick, but no, I'm picking Miami.
Nice.
Just wanted to get that out there.
Fair enough. Okay, next we got Duke at Wake Forest.
Kid, you ain't even say who you picking.
I told you guys, I don't like talking about this team.
Well, you still got to pick, dude.
I'll pick my team, but God, man,
They can't lose.
I know, but you don't know how. You realize we lost to them last year, right?
Yeah, I know,
Wow.
but
They
weren't this bad though.
Yes,
This
but
is in
our
Miami,
our defense is pathetic, and I don't know. I don't know if this team's fully given up or not. That's the problem. I don't know if this team's just checked out for the season. I'm not.
They
convinced.
lose this game, you got your answer.
We lose this game, Golden's got to go. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad FSU fucked this up. It's your job as a head coach to make sure these things don't happen, to make sure the season doesn't fall apart. And it's been falling apart.
Like, now you want to get rid of the coach? I missed that earlier.
No, before the season, I said, because if you don't know, Al Golden's been coach. This is his 3rd season. His first 2 seasons, he was 7-5 both years. The year that Randy Shannon got fired, He got fired because he went 7-5. And people thought that was such a ludicrous thing that the University of Miami could fall so low to 7-5. Randy Shannon got to go. Then Golden came in, and he's been treated like the Lord Almighty Savior the past 2 years. And I've said, hey, look, he's gone through some bad shit. I get that. But I better start seeing some results. I better not be seeing more 7-5 seasons. If right now, Phil, we only have 7 wins. There's only 2 games left.
No, you make merit, but I know you always lost.
Before the season, I told all my friends, if that motherfucker doesn't get 9 wins, he's got to go. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the sanctions. I'm tired of all these excuses. He's had 2 goddamn years, and the team has not gotten any better since before he was hired.
Randy Shannon really got the short end of the stick, though. I thought that was bullshit. Complete bullshit.
What?
Yeah, man, like, come on.
Do you know how good those teams were under his reign? They could have done so much better than what they actually did.
Kid, we don't know how good they were. You guys haven't had a good coach since Jimmy Johnson, so it is what it is.
Look. Markeem. Hey, you're going to completely just throw Dennis Erickson under the bus? Dennis Erickson won 2 championships.
I'm kidding, King.
I'm kidding, kid. I can just say whatever I want and say I'm kidding, because that's the glory of it. No, take responsibility for your jokes.
I was kidding. But Larry Coker is terrible.
He is terrible. But, I mean, Randy Shannon, what people don't realize is those teams under Randy Shannon just could have been so much better. Like, God, some of those Randy Shannon teams, like, really, really hurt, dog. They really, really hurt. Like, but even with Randy Shannon, like, we were going to bowl games. Like, we got killed by Notre Dame the last time we were there, but, like, we went 7-5 that season. His last season, we went 7-5, and everybody was outraged. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, we as the University of Miami do not stand for this, because it was the second time he went 7-5.
Well, y'all have stood for this shit for 10 years. I'm sorry. This might just be you guys now.
It's gotten to the point where we've been mediocre for so long that it's getting harder and harder and harder to validate this. But basically, when Coker got fired, Randy Shannon was supposed to get out of the 6-6, 5-7, 7-5 mold. He was supposed to bring the program to new heights, and all we got was 1 7-5 season. We got a 9-win season, 9-3. Yeah, it was 9-3, I believe. 9-3 win season, and that team arguably could have maybe gone to a national championship that year. They were really fucking good, and then the next year he went 7-5 again, and they said enough is enough. Golden gets brought in. Golden's being told that he's the savior, and what have I seen? I've seen 2 straight 7-win seasons. I haven't seen us get out of this rut that we've been in since 2004. Like, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. And by the way, Randy Shannon is not Lane Kiffin level, not even close. But Randy Shannon
don't do this.
No, here's the problem. I didn't want to say it because then you automatically say you presume I'm mean Lane Kiffin level. No, he's not Lane Kiffin level, but Randy Shannon was not a leader of men. Randy Shannon was terrible at motivating the team.
That's true. I give you that. He wasn't a very good leader.
I'll give Golden that. Golden at least is a clearly a fantastic leader, and as far as motivation, supposedly, but it's becoming a problem. And if the season falls apart, I wasn't ever sold on him in the first place, and I'm getting pissed. You gotta fire your brother-in-law. I know it's hard. It sucks. I get it must be terrible, and you must want to do anything possible for it not to happen. It's gonna cost you your job. Either fire your brother-in-law, or the school will fire you. That's how it's gonna work. But I got Miami, I guess. This team just makes me sad. Okay, Duke at Wake Forest. Wake Forest, as we've said constantly on this show, has been known to play spoiler for a lot of teams. It's in Wake Forest. Duke's coming off a big win. Markeem, what are your thoughts here?
I got Wake Forest.
Wow.
Upset of the week. This is the one game where I can say is a clear upset. I'm hoping against hope. I just think that what Duke has done the past 2 weeks has been impressive. But the past 3 weeks, my bad, 3 weeks, been impressive. But I just think that they're due to be, they're due for disappointment, and I think this is it. Because if you're not gonna blow these dudes out, they will play you tough. And you let them hang around at home. I think this is the week. This is the week they get a rude awakening.
Phil?
Duke wins like 21-10 or 28-13. Oh, I'm done.
Wow. Back on that Wake Forest tangent.
Just saying. They're not going to lose like a 56-7 to Clemson or a 59-3 to Florida State or a 24-20, but it's going to be more like a 13-0 like they lost to St. Syracuse or a 24-10 like Boston College, that kind of win.
Damn.
That kind of loss for Wake Forest.
All right.
Where's my stat I was going to unleash?
I know. I was waiting for it.
Like I had something that I saw. Hold on. But y'all keep talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna steal Markeem's hero pick here. Not because I think Wake Forest is a better team, just because I don't know. Something tells me that this ACC title race is gonna go into the last week. It's gonna go to next week when Virginia Tech goes on the road to face Virginia, their rival. Miami goes on the road to face Pittsburgh, and Duke goes on the road to face UNC. And like, if Duke wins, they're in. If Duke wins and if Duke loses and Virginia Tech wins, Virginia Tech is in. If Duke loses, Virginia Tech loses, and Miami wins, Miami is in. If all three of them lose, I don't know. I think Duke wins, I guess by default, but I think it's just going to go down to that. That's why I have no real basis for actually picking Wake Forest here, but I'm going to do so. If Duke wins, they clinch. I think actually, is that right, Markeem? I'm pretty sure.
They have North Carolina still, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
still can clinch.
But Phil, yeah, but the problem is Duke has the tiebreaker over Miami and North Carolina. So if they win this week, they'll be one game ahead of both of them because both of them have 3 losses and Duke only has 2. So if they win, even if they lose to UNC, they'll just be tied at most, and they'll have the tiebreaker.
Okay.
In order for Miami to go to the ACC title game, Duke and Virginia Tech both need to get 4 losses.
Now here's the one thing that scares me though. I got to be real about this game. Tanner Price looked terrible last week against Florida State. This nigga had 3 straight possessions through 3 straight interceptions.
I saw that, yeah.
And I was like, they had to pull him. They got to the point where they just simply had to pull him. But if y'all seen Duke the past few weeks, they be getting these turnovers, man. like that scared me. I just think that they play spoiler about as well as anybody, and I just think they're due.
Okay. Good. This is good for me and good for you, I guess. Actually, not I guess. It is good for you. All right. Next, we move on to Texas A&M.
Hold on. Here's another problem now. Here's another problem that I just saw just now when I was looking at the preview of this game. Michael Campanaro said he might not be playing, and y'all know that's like the 3rd best wide receiver in the ACC. That almost makes me want to change my pick, but I'm not going to. I'm sticking with him. Sticking with Wake Forest. All right, y'all go ahead.
There you go. That's the one I want to hear.
That's the spirit. Texas A&M at LSU. Phil, first thoughts on this one?
This is this is in Death Valley. This is tough for me. I like Metten. I actually like what I've seen with Mettenberger. I think he's probably going to be a decent pro quarterback. I don't know if he'll get a shot, but
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. It's one of those iffy ones, Markeem. But
he better come back. He better come back.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's right. He's not. What is he?
I think he's a junior.
No, I heard he was a senior.
You sure?
I heard. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
I'll look it up.
Matt Beast actually told me.
Mettenberger. Oh yeah, he is a senior. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I've heard a lot of people compare him to Joe Flacco. Okay. Both good. Good and bad.
But he probably will be taken later.
Let him. You interrupted him. What were you saying, Markeem?
I forgot. They redshirted him. I forgot. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But you know what? I'm gonna go with LSU. I'm gonna go with LSU in this game. I am. Don't have much merit behind it. I think it's kind of not exactly a toss-up, but I think LSU wins.
No, this shit is a toss-up.
You think? Okay, it is. Okay, I didn't want to sound stupid, but to be honest.
Markeem?
But yeah, okay, I got LSU.
Your call?
Death Valley is the kicker, but Manziel is amazing on the road. People don't realize this. He's actually like a million times better away from College Station, which I think is why he tweeted, "I can't wait till I leave College Station." But I got A&M just solely because I think this will turn into a shootout. I think that there will be a point where LSU just cannot defend this dude anymore. And if it turns into a shootout, I got A&M all day. I just think they'll be able to score more, even though A&M's defense is terrible, to be nice. But it's probably bottom 5 in the country, I would say. Definitely worse than the SEC. But I would say like bottom 5 in the country. What would y'all say?
It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful.
It's pretty bad. But I think in a shootout, advantage Manziel. That's just me.
I got Manziel as well. I presume to the surprise of no one.
Hold on, now, Mike Evans, he tweet something. Is he straight now? If he's straight, then yeah, I'm 100% confident. But yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And
Johnny Football wins this week. Johnny Football wins next week. Johnny Football wins Heisman. You heard it,
nigga. Shut your dick riding ass up.
I get it. Like, he hasn't had any big wins, but to be fair, he's only faced two good.
This would be it, and he lost to both of them. So shut up.
Yeah, but he has the worst. If his defense was even just a little respectable, he could have pulled 1 or 2 of those away.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but yeah, Johnny Football for Heisman. Anyways, if Johnny Football were to win 2 Heismans, the same 3-year period that A.J. McCarron won 3 national championships, and people tell me A.J. McCarron was a better college quarterback than Johnny Football, fuck you. Just saying. That's what's wrong with America, Markeem.
I would agree with that, but you do realize in the history of college football, nobody has won 3, and McCarron would have 3 in a row.
With the
like
best.
That's
okay.
I'm just kid. There have been super teams put together throughout the history of college football. That would be incredible. You got to get that man that.
How many of them featured the best coach in college football history? Or top 3. Top 3.
I mean, you know, some of those Osborne, Nebraska teams, man. Some of those, you know, so even Bowden in the '90s, man. You got to respect what's going on here, kid. You have to respect it, man. You just have to.
I don't have to do shit.
I mean, come on. This shit is unprecedented, man.
Game manager AJ. And he hasn't won it yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They still got to go at Auburn, which is definitely not going to be easy. All right. Next we move on to Wisconsin at Minnesota. Wisconsin's been playing a lot better lately. Markeem, first thoughts?
Let me go first.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
I got Minnesota. Moving on. Go ahead.
Really?
I just picked a team. I don't want to have no clue about those two.
All right, go on,
Minnesota has one of the best front 7s in the Big Ten. Wisconsin is one of the best running teams in the nation. They go 3 deep at running back. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I'm going to go Wisconsin just because they've been killing niggas lately. But, man, my God, this is like amazing run defense versus great running attack. Like, this game would be one to watch. It will be boring, but I think, like, football enthusiasts, like, if you like NFL type shit, low scoring, you know, just like defense, you probably like this game.
Wisconsin. I'm picking Wisconsin only because Kirk Herbstreit is absolutely in love with them. Every time I see his timeline, he keeps putting over how much he loves Wisconsin. He's been doing it for a while. Phil, if you don't know anything about Wisconsin, they're... Hold on. Markeem, don't say it. I want to say it. Hold on, I just gotta fucking find it.
Say what?
Wisconsin's only 2 losses are to Ohio State and Arizona State. Both top 20 teams.
And the Arizona State was very controversial. So...
And they gave Ohio State...
That was the field goal game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. And they only lost to Ohio State by 8 points.
A lot of motherfuckers say they got the best running back in the country with Melvin Gordon. I call those people incorrect, but a lot of people say that. So.
By the way, I just want to mention this because I saw you give your list of your best running backs the other day. Kadeem Carey. Kadeem Carey.
Mike Davis.
Kadeem Carey from Arizona.
Kadeem Carey. Yeah.
Duke Johnson and what's his name? Amir Abdullah from Nebraska, right?
Nebraska, yeah.
I didn't see T.J. Yeldon.
That's because I have to be honest about the situation. I'm just saying, in terms of performance this season, I think at the NFL level, Yeldon and Johnson are miles ahead of all these niggas. But I'm saying, like, right now at the college level, we're talking about college running backs right now in college football. Those are the three.
I would just like to say that I was told that I was crazy for saying Duke could be better than Yeldon, and mocked and forced to admit otherwise on air. And we'd just like to say,
I mean, Duke Johnson been hurt and not hurt so much this year, and this nigga still almost got 1,000 yards.
yeah, because he's amazing. And
Phil.
I'm being the ultimate troll.
He pissed me off the other day. Like, Mike Davis is better than all these guys. It's like,
no,
Markeem,
Markeem,
gonna say?
I took the troll to the new level. I said he should win the Heisman.
Yeah, he was like, he should be in the talks for the Heisman.
Dude, I was like, I wonder if Markeem thinks I'm legit serious. I was the whole time. Oh,
Mike Davis over Jameis Winston.
Yes, do it.
To be fair, if South Carolina...
If South Carolina won the SEC, maybe. It's not happening, but I'm just saying.
What were you going to say, Markeem?
Mike Davis is probably the most underrated player in college football.
There you go. I'll take it.
Hey, if they beat Bama, if they beat Bama like just because of him, is that enough to just send him to New York?
No. It's not.
But he would get a lot of last minute votes.
Yeah, you right.
All right. So yeah, next we got
Arizona State, UCLA.
Arizona State at UCLA. Very, very interesting game. This one is. Both
teams. My God.
I'm going to talk here. I'll give you some time to think.
Go ahead.
All right. So Arizona State right now. Is 6 and. Is it? No, it's not 6-1. Is it 4-1? No, they are. They're 6-1 in the conference. UCLA is 5-2 in the conference. They're both in the Pac-12 South. So whoever wins this game, except of course if UCLA wins and loses to USC, that would be different. But whoever wins this game could very well go to the Pac-12 championship. So The implications are pretty big. Markeem, it's tough, but who you got here?
They don't block Brett Hundley, but he's very special. But he's facing a hellacious pass rush. A hellacious front seven. But they don't. But he's sensational. But they don't block for him. I'm just like really torn. This is a hard game to pick.
It's in UCLA. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are better at home. I'm going with UCLA, but I am not confident at all. This is one of them games where I expect to be wrong, but I'm going with UCLA. They don't block for him. That's the biggest issue. I don't know if they can't block for him, but I know they don't block for him. I know.
Phil?
I know a little bit about UCLA. I watched a little bit of them. But I am solely going to go with Arizona State for the reason... Who'd you pick, Markeem?
I picked UCLA.
I'm going to go with Arizona State, and the sole reason, and this get ready to laugh, because one of my best friends actually moved out to Arizona, and he actually follows Arizona State now, but he's moved back here again. But, yeah, so there you go.
Oh, God. I was going to get killed now.
Is that a hero pick? Is that a hero pick or no?
No,
that's a close bet.
No, definitely.
What is it? Well, I mean, yeah, this is a close matchup.
Yeah, close matchup. Never mind. I keep forgetting.
Okay, I'm gonna go pick Arizona State too, but it's because of simple gambler's logic. I've seen a game from each of these teams, just one game, but I've seen a game from each of these teams. I have not seen every game. That's why I'm not fully prepared to make the best analysis. But when I saw UCLA, I just didn't like them that much. Now they played Stanford in Stanford, so that would suck. But I was just really unimpressed with the whole team in general. Not just Hundley. I knew he was off, but just the whole team. When I saw Arizona State...
You see what I mean when I say they just don't block for him?
Yes, of course, yeah. When I saw Arizona State play the Lane Kiffin last game of the season, USC. They looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. So because I haven't seen enough, I'm just gonna go with the gambler's logic. I saw Arizona State once; they looked great. I saw UCLA once, and I was just really not impressed. So I'm gonna pick Arizona State. Very simple.
Where?
I'm rooting for UCLA because I have a friend. When I went to Tallahassee, a lot of my best friends go to FSU. So I was living in their apartment, and there was this one kid there. It was one of my best friends' older brother, who went to school at Arizona State. Got into a big argument with me the day of the game, saying how UM would get killed and all this and that. And I was like, yo, I mean, I don't think we're going to win, but I don't think we're going to lose by like 30. Like, obviously I was wrong, but I was saying all these things. And he said, guys, man, Miami isn't even better than Arizona State. And I got pissed. Now it certainly looks like that. But at the time, you could not have told me that was true. So I am rooting for UCLA hard. But I just really wasn't impressed with them when I saw them. So why would I pick a team that I've only seen one game from each? I wasn't impressed with one. I was impressed with the other. I picked a team I wasn't impressed by. It just doesn't make sense. I got to pick Arizona State.
Gotcha.
Next we got the second biggest game of the week, behind obviously the Baylor game. Missouri, 8th ranked Missouri, going on the road. Ole Miss.
This is another hard one. Boy, y'all niggas killing me this week.
Ole Miss at home has beaten LSU, and
close games with Alabama, Auburn, and Texas A&M.
I wouldn't call it a close game with.
Well, not Alabama.
It wasn't a massacre.
Close when you consider Alabama.
They didn't get the ass whooped like everybody thought.
And close with Auburn. Yeah.
At Auburn too.
They're 7-3.
Man. This one. Oh my God! Somebody else go and then I'll go.
I'll go. Can't exactly call it anything right now, but I'm going Ole Miss.
That's just so you know, that's definitely a hero pick. If either of us don't pick something.
Okay. I know, but I can't call it that yet because I know y'all are decided. But I have Ole Miss winning this game. Like you just said, you kind of gave my argument for me. But Alabama, close game there. I mean, close for an Alabama purposes, 25-0. Auburn lost by 8. And I didn't watch this game, so I don't know if these were even close. I did know the Texas A&M game was close. Auburn game I can't remember, but Texas A&M lost by 3. Then they beat LSU the next week at home. I think this is their next at home matchup. They had Idaho, Arkansas, and Troy. So this is their first best matchup at the end of the season on Mississippi State. This is their only chance to prove their last chance to prove anything right now. So yeah, they're gonna win. They're getting this one. And Franklin is not coming back as far as I know, right?
No, this is his first game back.
Oh, he is coming back. Okay.
Yeah, this game right.
Well, I'll still pick Ole Miss, but I just was wondering.
I'll give you some more time.
Go ahead, Big Rat. Yeah.
It is their last home game of the season. They beat LSU when LSU was the 6th ranked team in the country in the stadium. They also massacred Texas here. They're really good at home. They're really, really, really good at home. Actually, no, they beat Texas on the road. My bad, but they're really good at home nonetheless. They put up a fight against Texas A&M in this stadium, and I don't know. I want to pick them. I really do, especially since my friend Ben, who I've talked about a lot. He's, aside from you, Markeem, he's like one of the most knowledgeable people on college football. He follows it like it's his life.
We got to bring this dude on, man.
He's very confident that Ole Miss is going to lose both this week and next week. I mean, not all. He's confident Missouri. He's confident Missouri is going to lose out, like flat out confident that they'll lose to Ole Miss and Texas A&M. So I respect his opinion a lot, and I respect.
Who's this?
Ben Turpin. He's on Twitter.
Ben. I didn't hear the name.
Yeah, you saw him.
That's the Georgia guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw you in the argument. You was like, Georgia's definitely had it worse, and I'll explain in a second. But go ahead.
I didn't say Miami Hurricanes had it worse. I said the Hurricanes and the Dolphins combined have had it worse.
So I was about to say Georgia's definitely had it worse.
Okay.
That's the biggest cock tease in the nation.
Oof. Okay, and the way to end that game against Auburn was probably the worst way possible. Like, legitimately. It's hard to imagine a more heartbreaking ending than that. But He's very confident Ole Miss is going to win. I respect his opinion a lot, and I like Ole Miss. Every time I see Ole Miss, I'm always impressed. I've only seen one Missouri game. It was against Florida, so of course I'm going to be impressed. I don't know, though. I just have a feeling I'm going to go Missouri, actually.
Dadgummit.
No basis for it.
No, I'm just saying dadgummit.
So,
Not about you. I freaking hate Matt Hardy.
What do you do?
He freaking just spoiled SOA for me. Dadgummit, Twitter.
You should know better.
That's your own fault.
I know, I freaking know, but wow, that just completely ruined it.
Well, don't say anything, because I might catch up soon.
Dadgummit, man, it's...
Like, because you said that, like, right when I made my pick. I was just like, whoa.
I know, sorry.
So who'd you pick, kid?
I said, I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that Missouri is going to go down to the greatest college quarterback of all time next week. But I honestly have I just think Missouri wins this week. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Here is the kicker. James Franklin is back. If he's James Franklin, I think as a senior on the road, he'll get this win because they finally protected him. This whole team as a whole is better. And Matty Mock did a good job. Don't get me wrong, he did a good job filling in. But for a game like this, you need one of those old guys. James Franklin is one of those grizzled old guys that didn't seen it all. I got Missouri, but as y'all said, man, Mississippi has been good at home all year, and I got Missouri though just because they are a really good road team too. They're undefeated on the road this year, but yeah, I'm not confident at all. But I one thing I will say though, I think this game will be a lot more high scoring than people think. Let's just put it like that. I think the score is going to be like 28-30 something.
All right.
Me, but.
And that means that Phil officially gets a hero pick for the week.
Yay! At least some good news after what I just heard. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a dick about that.
Ole Miss beats Missouri. We'll see. Good luck on that one. And finally, the big game of the week. Even though Markeem told us on air, spoiler alert, off air, spoiler alert, that this one isn't as hard for him as that game and the Pac-12 game is. But Baylor, undefeated Baylor, on the road to number 10 ranked Oklahoma State. It's the game of the week. Markeem.
I'll go. Oh, I was saying I'll go first because his.
Oh, no, go ahead. Let Phil go first.
I'm gonna pick Baylor. I actually got to watch some Baylor part of the Baylor game. That game was on at the same time as what game? It was on at the same time as
Stanford, Oregon.
Yeah, so I was going back and forth. I was really watching more Oregon and Stanford, but I did watch some of the Baylor game. That was a kickoff return. I don't know. There was something I saw. I saw a really good place in Baylor. Baylor impressed me from what I saw. So I'm going to go with Baylor. I haven't seen anything about Oklahoma State, so I know it's not. I don't blame them, it's not. Oh, whatever I was trying to say. But anyways, I haven't seen enough of Oak State, so I'm going to go with Baylor. So I'm going to let Markeem give you the more educated guess.
I should also probably pick. I also don't know a lot about Oak State, but. For whatever reason, I see Baylor surviving this one. No evidence for it whatsoever, openly admit. I've only seen one Baylor game, and obviously they looked like they always do, extremely impressive. They still haven't scored less than 35 points all year.
Which
is incredible.
Quick random question. What recently big wide receiver came out of Oak State?
Justin Blackman.
Des Bryant?
Justin Blackman.
Des Bryant. Okay.
Yeah. No, Justin Blackman.
Oh, Blackman. Blackman's the one I'm thinking of. Blackman.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Baylor here. I don't know. I have a feeling that Baylor. Maybe it's because I'm just so depressed at how bad UM has been lately, and that my three most hated teams in all of college football are currently undefeated. That I have this pipe dream of, Ohio State losing to Michigan State and Bama losing to Auburn, and Baylor just rising up and beating FSU and saving my season. But Baylor's been just incredible this season, though. I mean, Bryce Petty and Art Briles have just been getting a lot of praise all season, like a lot of praise. Art Briles, I think, got a new 7-year contract or something. For an absurd amount of money.
Arguably coach of the year. I think if they finish the regular season undefeated, he might be the coach of the year.
Like Phil, do you know that NFL teams have to buy out his contract, which is like $5 million, in order for Art Briles to leave Baylor?
Yeah, if they want him to come. Yeah.
Wow.
Like he got that much of an extension this year, so I'm just gonna go with the hot team. I know it's on the road and they're facing a good team, but I'm gonna go with Baylor. But now, Markeem, give us your thoughts.
If this was at Baylor and not in Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma in late November, I would be right with y'all. I'd be like, everything y'all say is 100% legit. Bryce Petty gonna do what he want and all this stuff. Baylor has not faced the team all year with this defense. Like they wouldn't, what they're gonna see, like the pass defense, all this stuff. They will actually have to see, like, you know what I mean? They're gonna play against man coverage. They're gonna see a pass rush, blitzing schemes, all this stuff. And you know, Oklahoma State got some studs too. Motherfuckers forget that they running the ball. They have a slew of receivers. They're like a 7-second or less offense too. These niggas average, I think, damn near 40 points a game. I'm not sure. I think it's, hold on, I'm about to look now.
Oklahoma State.
40.4. Yeah, they average 40 points a game.
Here's a stat for you. Oklahoma State is 14th in the country in points scored and 14th in the country in points allowed.
Like Baylor's been, don't get me wrong, Baylor's been insanely hot. You know, the Cowboys had one bad week against West Virginia, and after that they've been on this crazy tear, just destroying people. Texas last week died at the hands of them. You know what I mean? They've been on this crazy run. And if this was at Baylor, I'd be right with y'all, man. But this is a hard place to win in late November. Ask Bob Stoops how many times his heart's been broken coming here in late November when he's in a position to play for a national championship and he loses some inexplicably. I think that they're just due. They're just due to get beat. Now I got Oklahoma State.
So even though they're ranked at 10th or whatever they are, is that a hero pick?
It's not.
It's not because they're top 10?
Yeah, I don't think it's a hero pick because it's.
I don't know, but how many people actually think Oak State's winning that?
A lot. A sizable amount, yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking.
And Baylor has 2 offensive linemen that are out this game.
One quick random question again. I know I'm on a roll tonight. Markeem, does the way Baylor being this successful, does this hurt RG3 at all?
No.
It's a totally different team.
Yeah, a lot of those guys weren't there when he was
Okay, I'm just asking.
Nick Florence hurts RG3 more than this current Baylor team.
Yeah. Nick Florence would be more. Yeah.
Who's Nick Florence?
Nick Florence was the guy that took over the year after
right
RG3 left and had a better
and
he had a better statistical season than RG3 did.
You got to forgive me. It's 2:00. Anyways, good.
No worries. Markeem, what happened? Why didn't that Baylor team last year get a lot of did they lose early? Like, I don't get it.
I think didn't they finish with like 4 losses or something like that?
Yeah, but the losses. The majority of the losses were early, if I remember correctly.
I can't remember, kid.
Baylor,
you hurt my brain.
Baylor last year finished with 5 losses actually, but
I knew it.
But
they had
they went on a 4-game losing streak at the start early in the season, and from November 3rd through the Holiday Bowl, they won very decisively every game, except losing to Oklahoma.
Yeah. But yeah, one game I want to say before we move on to the NFL, keep y'all eyes on Arizona and Oregon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really?
Y'all might want to pay attention to that.
I considered going over it, but I wasn't sure if anybody would actually.
I'm not picking Arizona to win, but I promise you won't hear anyone else on the airwaves say, look out for that game. Just watch.
Well, all right. Good tip there. Now we'll move on to the NFL. A lot of games this week. A lot of interesting games this week, actually. But very quickly, we'll start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. The Bucs have won 2 in a row under Markeem's favorite head coach, Greg Schiano. I don't mean that sarcastically at all.
Not anymore.
I don't know. You said, yo, man, that's my boy. He was my boy at Rutgers.
He was.
Yeah, is he your boy now?
Not at all.
I've said this quote on the air before, or maybe I haven't. Maybe this one didn't make air. Where a former Tampa Bay Buccaneers player said that playing for Tampa Bay was like living in Cuba.
Yeah, you said it on there.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that one was recorded or not. But yeah, But the Bucs have been looking better. The Lions are coming off a tough loss. Phil, who you got here?
I've got the Lions. I think they do pull this off. I know the Bucs are, getting better, but they also played the Falcons, and I don't remember what was the other team.
They beat the Falcons. Who? The Bucs? They beat.
They upset your Dolphins. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I just think, not that the Dolphins win wasn't legit, but I'm just saying, I just think that then you beat the Falcons. Okay, so does everybody else at this point. But it's just I got the Lions. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win the division or anything. I'm not going to go anywhere around that. I need to kind of talk about them. But as far as this game, I got Detroit.
Markeem.
Well, I can't pick the Lions.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And honestly, I probably wouldn't anyway. Something tells me the Bucs are going to win. I don't know why, but it's just a gut feeling.
It feels like the Buccaneers are posed for this massive winning streak. Well, first off, I don't think that should qualify as a hero pick because you're kind of cornered.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't matter anyways. I'm picking the Buccaneers as well. The Lions are a dumb team. I don't know. I just don't see them making the playoffs. They have a dumb coach, and they do stupid shit.
That's why I can never pick them.
But
that's why I said it.
I think that changes when the coach leaves, though.
I don't know.
You think this is just ingrained in Detroit culture?
It was like that when Barry Sanders was there.
What was it about that Bears game that just set your switch where you're just never again for the rest of my life?
Because they're stupid. It's so stupid. It's like they find ways to lose.
Yeah.
It's like they invent new ways to beat themselves. Last week, they pretty much beat themselves the whole game.
Yeah. How'd you like that fake field goal?
Yeah, whatever, nigga.
So stupid. I forgot about that. So stupid.
Jim Schwartz is on our head coach hot seat list, right? He has to be. Oh, he's not
actually. Put him down.
They have a winning record right now, so you can't really.
I don't give a shit.
But still, yeah, I know. But still,
they have a winning record because they got talent. But
I know.
Honestly, I'm just gonna take Ron Rivera off this list right now.
Oh yeah, he can come off. He can come off.
He's off the list.
I'm not taking.
It's not him, but he can come off.
But I'm not taking off Rex Ryan because if they don't make the playoffs, I mean, who knows what happens.
The Jets give him another chance, and I can wait another year.
Maybe they will, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised at all if he gets canned.
This season shows he's not terrible, dog. It's just,
he's not.
Dude, he's a defensive coordinator. Bottom line, that's what he is.
Markeem, we're talking to.
I know. I'm a Jet hater. Dude,
no, you're not a Jet hater. You didn't know what I was going to say. I was going to say that Markeem, we should respect Phil's opinion because this is the Jets. His knowledge on the Jets is amazing.
I'm just saying, I know this guy. I know this guy.
Rex Ryan. You do know this team.
I do.
We will
never, and Rex Ryan,
Rex
Ryan is a great, amazing defensive coordinator, but he can't run offense for crap. He should be a head coach. Bottom line.
Hey, look, if they don't make the playoffs 3 years in a row, Markeem, I mean, it is kind of hard to keep him.
Right. But let me say this: I hope he's head coach for the next 10 years because I know he sucks as head coach.
Wow. He did just beat you guys this year, right?
I didn't say he was. Well, I say he sucks. I don't know, but I'm just saying he's not going to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to win a Super Bowl as head
coach. That might be fair. We'll see. But yeah, I'll leave Rex Ryan on the list. Definitely leaving Jason Garrett. Definitely leaving Leslie Frazier.
Hey, can I add one?
Real quick stat, y'all. Baylor averages 384 yards passing the game and 300 yards rushing the game. What kind of crazy, wacky shit is that? Oh my God.
I kind of randomly wouldn't mind seeing Baylor, Alabama, just to see what happens. Randomly.
That is crazy. No, 384 passing yards, 300 rushing yards a game. Yeah. Come on, dog.
It's impressive.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, go ahead, Phil. I'm sorry.
Who do you want to add to the list?
I want to add Mike Smith. And here's why.
Yeah.
Let me add why. Okay, and this is a team. This is me. I'm talking to myself here. I picked Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl.
A lot of people did, man.
A lot of people did. Okay, but I'm one of them. So that's why I'm speaking like this. This team has lost, and they may have lost even more. Steven Jackson has been hurt, but Julio Jones, Roddy White has not been healthy all year. But this team went from that does not change you from being a Super Bowl contender to 2-8. It doesn't happen. So something's going wrong, or either I'm just not paying attention, or something more. There's more injuries than I know, or something. Like something's not right there. Mike Smith needs to be in the hot seat. That's a huge. I know. I understand Super Bowl winning teams have gone to not even make the playoffs the next year, but 2-8. Like, come on.
We say this a lot. We say this a lot every year, but both last year and this year with multiple teams. But I legitimately don't know if this team's going to win another game.
I mean, Mike Smith should get fired. Mike Smith should honestly just get fired for Tony Gonzalez because he just made him waste a whole year of his life.
Well, I mean, that's to be fair. If Julio Jones was healthy, I still don't think they'd be in playoff contention, but they'd be better. That's for sure.
And maybe at 4 wins, maybe 5. I agree. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not a big Mike Smith fan because I think that he's just had he has a terrible postseason record, terrible, and I think he doesn't have but the thing with Atlanta is Atlanta's always won in the Superdome or in the Georgia Dome, always. But if you look at their record this year at home, it's pretty bad.
And they always are dominant there. That's true. I mean, that's just I'm saying just too much. I'm scratching my head. I'm wondering what happened. I'm honestly wondering.
There's injuries, but yeah, I don't think he should be fired, but I think it is fair to put him on the hot seat.
Right.
So that leads Jim Schwartz.
And of course, go ahead.
Jim Schwartz, Mike Smith, Leslie Frazier, Bill Belichick, Jason Garrett.
Oh, shut up.
Jason Garrett, Rex Ryan, Greg Schiano, Rod Chudzinski, who I would argue we could take off, but we'll talk about that later. And then in the NCAA, it's Mac Brown, Bob Stoops, Lane Kiffin, who's gone, and Bo Pelini. There is no hot seat. He's done. Still confident about that?
Yeah, I'm still confident about that.
I actually have another one I would add, but maybe I should.
Just here, tell me, and we'll see if we'll say yes or no. Don't say Gus Bradley.
Added, but I know he won't get fired. Can there be I just want to mention that.
Who?
Mike Shanahan.
No, that definitely deserves to be added.
And that's why I add him because there's RG3 is back to he's starting to get healthy again. He looks bad. I mean I'm sorry, Markeem,
the offense hasn't looked as good.
I know, nigga. Jesus.
And I've already had someone ask me this: is RG3 just not as good as we thought? I'm not saying it's way early. It's way early. I agree, it's way early. But I'm just saying that's already being talked about. All because Mike Shanahan made the dumbest mistake of a Redskins career. Anyways, moving on.
Did you guys hear what RG3 said in the post-game press conference on Sunday?
Yeah, I did. He buried his team.
Yeah, Markeem, did you hear it?
No, what did he say?
Where he was like, they were like, what happened against the Eagles? And he's just like, well, it just kind of seemed like they always knew what was coming.
Wow.
He actually apologized about it, but yeah.
As much as
if that's how you feel, they can say it.
And you know what? As much as I don't like most of the time, I don't like players that say that. Mike Shanahan he doesn't have it anymore. I've been saying this for years, for the last couple years, dude. Mike Shanahan does not.
Y'all know we been talking about Buccaneers and Lions for 17 minutes.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's that pick. Okay. Anyways, continue.
All
next
right.
pick.
So
I just noticed.
Right. Yeah. This show's been different. Sorry, guys, but this has been great material.
No, I enjoy shows like this. I love when we talk about college football. It makes me not hate the world of college football when I actually watch college football. Anyways, next we move on to.
You want to see the Hurricanes stinking it up. All right, but yeah, come on, let's go.
The San Diego Chargers on the road to face the Kansas City Chiefs.
I can say a word about
the Chargers. The Chargers have been losing a lot of games lately. I think they've lost, it's either 3 in a row or 4 in a row. To good teams, except the Dolphins, who suck. But to good teams, they've lost to.
It's 3 in a row.
Okay, it's 3. They've lost to
the last one was against the Dags.
The Redskins, the Broncos, and the Dolphins. I personally think this team is better. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to go with the hero pick here. The Chiefs are coming off a very tough Denver game. I think they can be very emotionally drained. I never bought that theory, but I'm buying it a lot this year, that when a team has a really tough, really close game and they lose, it demotivates them the next week because they're emotionally hungover. UM and Virginia Tech was a good example of that. San Francisco 49ers Colts, where I mocked Markeem for picking the Niners. But that theory does have a lot of water. And I know it's in Arrowhead, but the Chargers, I just think, are too good of a team to lose 4 in a row. Phillip Rivers has a higher completion percentage than Peyton Manning. I don't know if you guys knew that. Like he's playing at a really high level this year. I just think, as bad as that defense is, I think that's irrelevant because you're facing the Kansas City Chiefs offense. This is actually a great matchup stylistically for the Chargers. But I just think they're too good of a team to lose 4 in a row. Chiefs are coming off a tough loss. I'm going with the hero pick. I'm picking the Chargers.
If you're the only one who picks them. But
Phil?
But by saying that, I do have the Chiefs, but I want to say something to what you just said. As you guys know or don't know, I can't remember if this made the show. I picked San Diego to upset Denver.
I think that did. I think that did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they lost 28-20. Obviously, they came back to make that score like the way it was. But they only lost by 8 points. I will, in the end, in the grand scheme of things, I would say I would not be surprised if San Diego won, but I am gonna still hold on to that Arrowhead thing. I think Kansas City somehow pulls this off. But I'm with you. It does shock me. I mean, you made a good case. It's like the Chargers lose 4 in a row. Like Chargers are Mr. Inconsistent, but they don't lose 4 in a row. Like they're inconsistent. That's what inconsistent means. They're good and bad, not just bad. So
true.
So I just think I don't know. I mean, I'm not picking the Chargers, but I was almost going to, but I'm going to go Chiefs.
Markeem.
I got the Chiefs, man. I think that they just bounce back because they know the embarrassing performance they put on in that second half, which was just embarrassing. They'll bounce back.
The whole second half of that game was just terrible, I thought.
Yeah. But them especially, they were really embarrassing.
Well, that's their offense. I mean, I've been saying that all along, but you guys got all excited about them going 13-3 and having the 1 seed.
Whoa! I did not get excited. I criticized them.
I still say that's not out the window.
But listen, Big Red, and I did have them winning the division.
They weren't going to go 16-0, kid. They had to lose to somebody.
And listen, kid. I said, even though I said earlier in the show, I think it was a show, do I still think Kansas City wins the division? Right now, yes. But if the Chargers win by more than like a touchdown, I'm taking that back. I will say that.
Okay.
So.
All right. So I'll enjoy my hero pick on this one. Picking the Chiefs. I'll enjoy being right, like I always am. I'm kidding, obviously. Okay. So next we got Panthers at Dolphins. You two are going first here. Markeem, start us off.
Panthers. They're better. That's all I got to say.
Basically the same thing. Here's the deal. I mean, yes, Panthers haven't lost since Week 5 against the Cardinals. But the Miami Dolphins, have the worst offensive line in football, arguably.
No, not arguably. Not
okay,
arguably.
well, I just use that term because if someone, anyways, worst offensive line.
On track to break. Let me just say this. On track to break David Carr's sacking record, and we only had 2 rushing yards against Tampa Bay. So we can't pass protect and we can't run block.
And here's the thing I said. Oh, go ahead.
We can't do what offensive linemen are supposed to do. But continue.
And here's the thing. I'll talk a little more about the Panthers since I didn't talk about the game. The call got too much talked about. But here's the thing. Okay, I said this when they had a rough schedule. Okay, but they killed those teams. Okay, easy schedule. 35-10 over Minnesota, 30-15 over St. Louis, 31-13 Tampa Bay, 34-10 Atlanta. Okay, then they finally play their tough teams, and of course the games are going to be close because guess what? That's what good teams happen. They won 10-9 San Francisco. You got my attention. Then you really got my attention live and in color, 24-20 over my Patriots. At Miami, Carolina wins. They win decisively. Moving on.
All right. The Dolphins suck. Dolphins really suck. That game against the Chargers did mean a lot, but this team hasn't looked good since the Falcons game. Even in the Bengals game, we won, but we didn't look good. We blew a 17-3 lead, and the offense looked really bad in the second half. So we didn't even look good that game. Andy Dalton was just so terrible that we were able to win. Demetri Patterson is hurt, and I don't think he's playing this week. Nate Garner started last week over Mike Pouncey because Mike Pouncey's hurt. We don't have our center, the only offensive lineman that was any good. But I won't lie, the offensive line played well last week. They did, but it was against the Chargers. Not a very good defense. Now we're playing the Panthers, arguably the best defense in the NFL, arguably the best front seven in the NFL, against the Miami offensive line. Miami will win this game, though. Because a few reasons for that. The Panthers. I think the Panthers just kind of have to lose soon. I think that, yes, they are good enough to win all these games in a row. I just think there's going to come a time where they're just going to lose one. I think that time is coming soon after two big wins like San Francisco and New England. You're facing an opponent of lesser quality. Maybe you take them less seriously or whatever it may be. This game's on the road. Carolina is not their defense is as good on the road. Their offense is not. Their offense is not as good on the road as it is at home. Cam Newton, I think, is going to play decent, but I think he might find some issues. I think Brent Grimes is really gonna mess with him because they're probably gonna put Brent Grimes on Steve Smith, and they're both of similar height. And Brent Grimes is an athletic freak, and he's known for tricking quarterbacks into doing what he wants them to do. And I think against a young quarterback like Cam Newton, it could really be impactful.
Better hope he doesn't pull a Q to lead.
True. This team, he's not like keeps Luka. This team, this is a short week. This is a short week for Carolina, and they're going on the road. What that means is, gentlemen, they couldn't practice on Monday, obviously, because they had to play. They had to give a day off, like all teams do. They gave a day off on Tuesday. Wednesday they practice. Thursday they practice. Friday they practice. Then they have to get on a plane and get to Miami because it's a road game. That severely limits your practice days when it's on the road and when you're also playing Monday night the same week. And this is the game where the Dolphins trick you all. This is the game where the Dolphins make you think that they could be contenders. Last year, people forget this, we beat the Seattle Seahawks. I think it was this exact same weekend, actually. Yes, it was. It was this exact same weekend last year we beat the Seattle Seahawks. Like, this is when the Dolphins get you. This is how they trick you. They're gonna win this game. Then they're gonna lose to the Jets, Steelers, and Patriots, all three in a row, and barely finish the season 8-8 or 7-9.
I actually think they could still finish 9-7, but that's best case scenario.
We'll see. But yeah, I got the Dolphins here. Do I get a hero pick for this? I know it's my team.
Yeah,
I'd say yeah.
That's
good,
a damn hero pick.
I would, and I say good analysis too. I mean, you make good points.
I mean, look, I don't like to. I'm not like an NFL guru or anything, but when it comes to picking the Dolphins, I'm pretty spot on only because I follow previous trends of torture that they have established over the past 5 years. 10 years. This is that time of year where they convince you that they're a good team and then they blow it. So, following the usual trend pattern of torture, and I just think Carolina's won a lot lately. It's time for them to get a loss. I just think we win. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Next we got.
By the way, when you asked me defensive player of the year in college football, I can't believe I didn't say Trent Murphy. Trent Murphy. What the fuck was I doing?
Who's Trent Murphy?
Go ahead. Defensive end for the defensive end, outside linebacker for the Stanford Cardinal. Motherfucker's a monster.
Over Vic Beasley?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we got Steelers at Browns. This is pretty much an eliminator, I think, for both teams. Whoever loses this, both are 4-6. Whoever loses this game is not in the playoff race at all. Browns are at home. Browns defense is really underrated, but Pittsburgh's been playing a lot better. Markeem, who you got here?
All right. I got the Steelers just because I think that I can trust them to compete a little bit more. The Browns kind of know their season is over.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I just got the Steelers. I just think that they have enough to win this game on the road. Plus, they know the Browns well. They play against the Browns well. Got the Steelers.
Phil?
All right.
Even though these are two teams that won't see the playoffs, by the way.
Right. I've got the Browns. I think they win this game at home. They have had close games. I mean, they got killed by the Bengals on the road, but this is at home. They went to Arrowhead and made a game of Kansas City. I just think the Browns win this game. I mean, they are the Browns, so I'm not saying that they can't lose this game, of course, but I'm going to pick them to win this game. And they get Jacksonville next week, so they could be on a 2-win game.
I got the Steelers only because I trust them and they've been playing really, really well lately. And Jason Campbell's been playing really well, but last week he looked really bad. Before last week he was playing great, but he looked really bad last week. So I'm gonna pick the Steelers. But Phil,
I would say hero pick. They're both
yeah, because they're both 4-6.
I was thinking the same.
Cleveland actually might be the favorite. I don't think they are, but it wouldn't
think
surprise me. They're both 4-6, and Cleveland's at home.
If it was at Pittsburgh, maybe, but not at Cleveland. I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So fine. Phil gets Browns. We both get Steelers. Jets at Ravens. I got a lot to say about this game, so I'll go last. Phil, start us off here.
If you don't know this is how the Jets season has gone so far. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And guess what? That's a record.
Yeah, it is.
That is the most back and forth win-loss record, or whatever how you word it, in NFL history. They lost last week to the Buffalo Bills. They're beating the Ravens. That's all I'm going to say. I hate the damn Jets. I'm not talking about them more.
Markeem.
Yeah.
Jets Ravens.
I know. This is one game I don't give two shits about.
I agree with that too.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens because I think they're just a little bit better right now at this moment. At this particular moment, because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with the Jets this week. I don't know. At some point, they're gonna have to actually lose 2 straight or win 2 straight,
or not.
So,
hey, they could very
or
well
not.
They could very well finish 8-8.
They could win this week. They could win this Markeem, lose to Miami, and then win Oakland, lose Carolina. Hold on.
They can't lose to Miami. This is the time of the season where Miami falls apart.
Just shut up. I'm just looking. They win Baltimore, lose Miami, win Oakland, lose Carolina, win Cleveland, lose Miami. Can't argue that.
Yeah, I got the Ravens though, man. I don't want to watch this fucking game.
I don't either.
I'm not gonna watch this game.
I got the Jets, and not just because of Phil's thing. I got the Jets because Geno Smith is gonna go off this week. I really believe that. This is what happens in football this year. I've noticed the trend. People start getting critical of a player, and then when the criticism reach its maximum, it almost like completely turns around the next week. I'll never forget this guy in this call and Bobby Grencio just completely burying Chip Kelly. Just like when you guys lost to the Giants, like why is he playing so bad? Why is he coaching so bad?
Why am I this guy in this call?
All right.
But anyways, the very next week, Chip Kelly's Eagles put up 49 points, and everyone was astounded. It's getting that way with Geno Smith. This is the most everyone's been down on him all year, and he knows this. And I don't think he's gonna. I think he's due for a good game. He hasn't had one in a while, and I think he knows how mad people are at him. And I've read interviews with him. He looks pissed off. Like, he looks like so motivated to just show everyone that he can be a franchise quarterback, because he played terrible against the Steelers, and then he played terrible against the Saints, even though they won, and then he played terrible against the Bills. He's due for a good game. It's a Geno coaster for a reason. He's not just bad. He has good moments. I think he goes off this week. I think he has like a 70% completion percentage, 300 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Maybe 2 touchdowns and an interception, but he's going to play really well. The Jets are going to win this game. Bank on it. I got the Jets here with a very good game from
Bank on it.
You do. By the way, just want to let you know, Geno Smith is second in the league in interception.
I know, and he has the second worst QBR. In the NFL.
Eli Manning still first.
You got 17.
Of course.
But trademark, he's elite. He's elite.
Old erroneous Eli.
Next, we got Markeem's game. Markeem's boys, the Colts.
Yeah, y'all know who I'm picking. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Just go ahead and write it down, kid. Write it down.
Markeem, you think I don't know you that well? I wrote it down when I wrote down these games.
Wow, that's awesome.
I don't even think you picked against them all year.
I don't think he has.
No, I have. I picked the Texans.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
And they won.
They won that game.
And they won.
Oh my God.
My
Okay,
turn?
Phil, let's talk to rational people about the Colts.
Okay. This is what I'm going to say. Okay, there are legit concerns now, I would say, about the Colts being a top team, and let me tell you why. Okay. Dude, I still think they're.
Tell me why.
Listen, I still think they're a top team. Markeem, calm down. They are still a top team in the AFC. Okay. Where they rank them now, I'm kind of I'm lost for words right now. As of this moment right now, I don't know where I would put them right now. They're in the top 5, but I'm just saying I don't know where I put them. So, but here's the thing, okay? The Reggie Wayne loss is clearly hurting them.
That's true. That is true.
T.Y. Hilton is good, but he's
not a number one.
Not Reggie Wayne, okay?
No.
And who's after T.Y. Hilton?
Not yet.
After T.Y. Hilton, they have Kobe Fleener tight end. That's like their best next option.
And Darius
Hayward
Bay.
but you know, how much can you trust him, okay? If he's going to run the 40, you got it. He's got it. But, and here's the thing, okay? We saw the Rams game, and I know Rams are not a horrible team, okay? I'll say that. But, sorry, I heard something. But the thing is you just have to realize that, you know, that I lost my train.
Who you picking? You so busy burying my boy and his boys. Who you picking?
I am picking the Colts.
Thank you.
But I'm just saying, there's some questionable. They need Richardson to start producing a little bit too as well.
Markeem would have picked the Colts against the 2007 Patriots.
No, I wouldn't have.
I don't believe you. Honestly, I don't believe you.
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't have. Seriously.
Well, fuck your Colts. I'm picking the Cardinals. The Colts have looked really bad lately in the first half, and the Cardinals are a team built very similarly to the St. Louis Rams. They just got a very, very, very physical team. They got very good defensive ends, and this is a team that Andrew Luck really struggled against. And it's in Arizona. This team is really underrated. Carson Palmer's playing really well lately. He's had a passer rating over 90 the past 3 games in a row. He's playing well, and the defense, FootballOutsiders.com says is the best defense in the NFL. So, and it's in Arizona.
FootballOutsiders.com can suck my dick, but go ahead.
Who is it? The Chiefs? The Chiefs who allowed 27 last week?
It's probably the Panthers.
Do you guys remember when I said that 2 weeks ago? And you guys were like, "Oh, I don't know, kid. Oh, I don't know, kid."
I mean, it might be the Chiefs, but it ain't the Cardinals. It ain't the Cardinals. It is not the Cardinals.
Well, FootballOutsiders.com says, as far as defensive efficiency, the team with the highest defensive efficiency is the Cardinals.
If FootballOutsiders.com told you to jump off a goddamn bridge, would you do it?
I hate that argument. That website would never ever tell me to do something like that. So that's
but if they did, would you do it?
No. But I just
okay then. You use your own brain. You don't even believe that.
FootballOutsiders.com could suck my dick.
Pretty much.
Well, the Cardinals are a great team, and they're gonna win this game. So you suck my dick when Andrew Luck goes down in flames.
Great team, kid.
They're a good team.
Okay, all right.
They're better
Fix
than
that.
They're better than every team in the AFC, with the exception of 2, maybe 3.
I don't know about that.
They're better than every team except the Patriots and the Dolphins. I mean, no, and the Broncos. And they're maybe better than the Colts, but they beat the Colts this week, so it's tough for me to make that argument. But I think they're better.
Who?
The Cardinals.
Cardinals are.
They're 6-4. They're 6-4. If you did not know,
I know. I did know this.
They are.
Cardinals aren't making the playoffs, by the way.
I'm not saying they will, but they're tied with San Francisco for that spot right now. And I'm sorry, if you look at the Niners and you look at the Cardinals lately, the Cardinals have definitely looked better. I'm not saying
that is true.
I'm not saying they are not. They are not better, but they have looked better lately.
Right.
So I got the Cardinals here.
But they get Indy, Philly, at Seattle, and San Francisco.
Yeah, they got some tough ones. Why the fuck is my friend sending me a Facebook message at 2:40 a.m.? Good lord. The next game, Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys coming off the bye. Markeem's favorite teams. Phil, who you got here?
I've got the Cowboys. I'm not picking the daggum Giants. Moving on. I hate the damn Cowboys too. Moving on.
Markeem.
Really? This game? This is what we doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of a significant game.
Welcome to the freaking NFC East. I'm freaking retarded.
It's a significant game. More bullets in my gun for my NFL pro. Anyway, I guess the Giants, whatever, because they are winning, and they have looked actually not bad. Well, actually pretty good the past few weeks. Your trademark thinks they should be 500, some shit like that. He said because he thinks they should win every single game because they're the Giants. But I guess I'll go with them if Eli don't decide to throw a bunch of interceptions.
Markeem.
Every game the Giants lose, it's because the Giants blew the game in trademarks.
Yeah, the Giants blew the game. Yeah,
It's
that's what happened in
because
Carolina.
The other team did better.
Yeah, that's what happened with Carolina when they blew them the fuck out. Yeah, that's what happened.
By the way, Markeem, I know you're just picking because you have to. But you know if the Giants win, they will have started 0-6 and now are 5-6.
Yeah, I know.
I hate life.
To be fair, that can't happen in college too.
No.
Yeah. But
0-6 to 5-6? No.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have a shot to play for a goddamn title.
That's true.
I love how you say a title. These stupid college terms. A Super Bowl.
You know what I mean, nigga.
Well, Markeem, just to give a little knock on your college football, a team could go undefeated and not have a shot at the title.
That is true also. That's why I said
worse.
The system,
and that is much worse in my opinion.
The system is not perfect, but at least you know you're going to get a good performance from week to week. You know that.
All right.
Yeah, because I forgot NFL teams don't mind losing. Anyways.
The Giants didn't when they were going 0-6 when Eli Manning said, "I'm still playing well." I don't know what y'all talking about. Remember that?
Yes, I do. I got the Giants here too. I actually picked up Eli Manning in my fantasy football team this week because this is Eli Manning at home against Monty Kiffin's defense. Even the first game when he had like 6 turnovers. I mean, it wasn't that, but it was absurd. Like how many turnovers he had. Even in that game, he still had a shitload of fantasy points because that's how terrible this defense is. This game is always a shootout, always. So I got the Giants here, though. They've been better lately.
Boom, Dallas hero pick. I'm just kidding.
So we all got the Giants?
No, I got the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. That's definitely not a hero pick, but
I know. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you. Anyways, next we got Phil. You'll go last here. The Broncos at the Patriots. What's that stat? When was the last time Brady and Belichick lost 2 in a row? I forget.
Oh, 2000. It's been a while.
Okay. Oh no! Wait, they lost.
Get
wait.
Ready, son. Get ready, because it's happening now.
Hold on, 2010. I think it might have been 2010.
Actually, no. Wait, it happened last year. What am I saying?
No, it didn't happen last year.
Yes, it did. You guys lost to the Cardinals in week 2, and then in week 3 was the Ravens.
Okay.
It doesn't happen often. Obviously.
Right.
Well, it's happening now.
All right.
I got the Broncos. I think that they will put up a healthy amount of points, a significant amount of points, and can the Patriots offense match that? I say no. I say thee nay. Yes, I do, sir. In the words of Thor, I say to thee. The Broncos will score 30. Can the Patriots match that? Maybe on the Broncos D, but that means Tom Brady got to be extra perfect for that to happen. I think they simply outscore them, and I know Phil's gonna pick the Patriots because that's what he does. So yeah,
I think honestly, if this were any other season aside from this season, I probably would have picked the Patriots. But because it's this season, yes, Tom Brady looked good against Pittsburgh and he looked good against Carolina, but I don't know. Are we really going to say that he's back to Tom Brady form? Even in the Carolina game, Phil will tell you he missed some throws when it mattered. It's not like he's still on point, making everything. He's still not playing to the level he normally plays. And if he was playing to the level that he normally plays, then the Peyton Brady effect is a wash because you could expect one to cancel out the other. I don't think one cancels out the other, though. I think Peyton is clearly playing better this year.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with that.
It's no longer.
Correct.
It's and honestly, the Broncos defense has looked better in recent weeks, and the Patriots defense has looked worse in recent weeks. Cam Newton played really well. I don't want to diminish what Cam Newton did, but if Cam Newton was able to find so many holes in the defense, you telling me that Peyton Manning can't do that with better weapons? I mean, then the Broncos defense has looked better lately. I don't think it's a great defense, but it's looked better. The Patriots defense has only looked worse in the past few weeks. So Pittsburgh still put 31 points up on you guys, which is crazy. But yeah, I got the Broncos.
I'm just anxious to hear what Phil got to say. I'm anxious.
I got the Broncos as well. Phil?
I have been quiet because I got so much to say. Okay? Where do I start? Let's see. First, I'll say that I picked the Saints against my Patriots this year, and we saw the result there. So I'm just going to start there. But now to the game. But leading up to this game, all before Carolina, leading up to this game, thinking about this game all season, I was worried. I was not looking forward to this game. Peyton Manning's been playing lights out. But I've analyzed the Broncos a lot more since then, and I know it's going to come off fanboy, whatever I say about the Broncos. But anyway, the Broncos have their struggles even in their wins, and I know. But look, this is what you have to point to when you don't lose losses. You just have to look at it and see what happens, okay? And look at it that way.
True.
So,
This is true.
so I look at Denver, and I look at a game where Jacksonville was in it at one point. I know you're gonna kill me. But Jacksonville was in it at one point. Obviously, they got killed after that. That's neither here or there. That team also, the following week, lost at Indy to Indianapolis. Washington, guess who was also in that game? Washington, until RG3, well, the rest is history. San Diego came back against Denver in that game. The only one that, and then they went to Kansas City and they stayed home against Kansas City and did business. Well, guess what? Now they're going to New England, Sunday Night Football, back-to-back primetime games for them, back-to-back primetime games for New England. New England just lost a game. Did not lose the game because of the final call, but that is something that will stick in their head. And here's the thing I want to say. Bill Belichick, actually just read an article I did not know about till now. I was just scrolling around and found it. Bill Belichick actually showed tape of a Browns-Lions game, both in which they were 1-8, so of course it's not this kind of caliber game, or the Carolina game. But anyways, and talked about and showed the play to the locker room. This is a source came out and said this. And if you don't know what happened in that game, Lions were basically out of it. Last little heave in the end zone, pass interference was called. They got one more chance. Lions won the game. But anyways, I'm not going to go back to the bad call about Panthers. I'm not saying relating it to that. But Belichick brought that up to the team. This is going to fire us up, and I'm not just saying this will, but I honestly say, and this is going to call me fanboy all you want, but there's something when Tom Brady has something to prove. I know that's crazy because I know a lot of people don't think he ever has anything to prove, but there are his doubters, and he's had doubters since day one, regardless of what you want to say, because of where he was drafted, and that is still in his head. If you don't believe me, watch the Brady 6, okay? If you have not seen that, there are doubters. He knows that people still doubt him, okay? He still remembers that day, okay? He still remembers that day. So, I think after that, all that's being said and done, I think the Patriots win this game. I think they go home, they beat Denver, and here's why, okay? Let me throw some more stats at you. Denver, what are they ranked? And I know before I even go here with this, that what did I say? That you guys are going to talk about how or what you'd already said about the last couple weeks and things like that. But this is what I want to point out here, okay? Opposing passing yards, what is Denver ranked in the league right now? They're 28. Opposing rushing yards, they're 4th, so I'll give them credit there. But opposing and offensively passing yards are 1st. But I'm talking about defense here. Offensive passing yards, opponent passing yards are 28th in the league. They've allowed 279.1, and that's their average, I guess. New England, opposing passing yards, which has got worse because of Talib having been in the game, things like that. But Talib's back now. 12th in the league, by the way. Yes, I just said a Patriots defense is 12th in the league, and I know a lot of they just recently have been going through their stretch, okay, of hard games. Now they came out of it and they went back to Carolina and now they're still in another batch, a hard stretch. So here they're 9th against rushing. Now that has gotten worse because the losses of Gerard Mayo and Vince Wilfork. So I'm just pointing out that Denver's defense, one, I already am worried about them when it comes to playoff time, but I'll worry about that later. This is the game. If Denver wins this game, okay, then my doubts about Denver were wrong, and maybe I was too much biased against the Patriots. But I honestly believe this is an honest pick. You saw me finally pick against the Patriots, so I want you guys to believe this is an honest pick. I think the Patriots win this game. I think Brady goes, and that it's in prime time. If it's not in prime time, if it's in Denver, if it's not at home, maybe I actually go against it and I go Broncos. But I just think those elements play into it. That gets the edge. It will be a shootout. But I think the thing that they don't have, that the Carolina Panthers, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the New York Jets, all teams that beat us, they don't have a great defensive line. Not saying it's horrible, but they don't have a great defensive line. Don't have it. Don't give me that argument at all. So that's why That's the teams that we have lost to. That's why the evidence is to me is that we're not going to lose. Now, granted, the Saints game came down to the last second, and the Saints don't have a great defensive line. But I'm just saying, this is how it's going to happen. If it happens the same way the Saints game, oh well. It could happen that way. I don't know. But it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a game that I think the Patriots. People start dick riding the Patriots even more. I'm just saying that's what's going to happen. Media, y'all hate them. Y'all hate what's going on. But this is a game like, oh wow, the Patriots beat the Broncos. I'm just saying. I'm done.
That was very, very good of you. You brought evidence. You didn't just say Patriots and then Patriots because Tom Brady's the best ever. Like, you brought evidence. You made your theory, and that was good, Markeem. No complaints there.
Go ahead, make comments.
I mean, he had a point. That's all I'll say.
I know many analysts are picking New England just because they can't see New England losing 2 in a row. But I said this before, and I'll say it again. Has anyone ever picked against New England? Like, many people picked New England to beat Carolina because they just thought New England was better, and then they lose, and then they face a better team, and then it's they can't lose 2 in a row, so they pick New England again. Like, when has the majority opinion ever picked against New England? When?
Well, I didn't see the picks for Monday night. Were the majority Carolina?
Yes, no, the majority were New England, which I thought was ridiculous. And then because they lost to Carolina,
you mean like in general, like the majority? Yeah, hell, I've never since Tom Brady's been the quarterback.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen niggas like in majority. Like,
I was talking about like
there's a consensus that New England will lose. I've never seen that shit.
Right. Well, I'm.
But Phil, you gave good evidence. I don't mean to discuss.
Right. And what I'm saying is, I was talking about the NFL countdown picks but anyways.
But this all anyway.
I know. But anyway.
But this all leads to my.
This is terrible.
They need to lose this game because it leads to my master plan of the Colts getting the 2 seed and New England getting the 3 seed, having to face the Jets or the Dolphins. And I think fuck the Dolphins. I think if the Jets see New England in the playoffs, I think the Jets beat them again.
But here's the thing I want to say too before that. Oh, actually, I can comment on that by way right now. The New England is currently the 3rd seed already, buddy.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Indy wins tiebreaker over New England based on win percentage in conference games. Yeah, I saw that.
Conference teams are common.
And y'all don't want to come to Indy in the playoffs. Not against Andrew Luck.
Conference games. But
conference games. Oh yeah, because all your losses are in the AFC except the Panthers.
Right. And they're all on the road.
Y'all ain't trying to see number 12 in Indy, boy.
Another notch too. He wishes he could. Never mind, I'm gonna not say that.
Number 12 can suck my dick. He couldn't even beat the Dolphins at home.
Ooh. Anyways.
What the Dolphins since then?
Anyways.
By the way, how many losses do the Broncos have right now?
1.
Who gave them that loss?
The Colts.
You guys got massacred by the St. Louis Rams.
Yep.
Who
at home?
Who won the game?
At home.
Who won the game?
At home.
We're so
home.
Won the game.
This is such a biased argument.
Who won the game?
Oh my god! I forgot how much of an
who won the game, kid?
I forgot how much of an idiot you were.
You are really Andrew Luck. He could like roll over and throw like 8 interceptions.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Colts do have the. Oh yeah, because the Colts are 5-2 in the conference. Patriots are 4-2. Yeah, you're right.
My boy wins a Super Bowl.
But hey,
y'all see.
Hey, Markeem, guess who they haven't played yet? New England.
Whatever. Ain't nobody scared of Tom Brady.
Remember when New England put 59 points on that bitch Andrew Luck's team last year?
You finished?
I can't wait till they get bounced in the first round.
Wasn't that like early in the season? No, honestly, I think that's what's gonna happen.
What?
Like, to be a real person, yeah, I think they're gonna lose in the first round.
Who, the Colts?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
They're not in the first round right now. So
yeah, right now.
I think they lose. I think they lose whoever they play.
I think if they get the bye, they beat whoever they play, then they lose to Denver. If they get the bye.
But anyways, one thing I was gonna say too, Big Rat, when you're saying about you don't think it's hard to pick New England losing 2 in a row. Denver also has to play at New England and then at Kansas City.
Yeah, it's winning
both
those
games.
For Denver. I just Drew Brees, for all intents and purposes, should have beaten you guys. Sean Peyton just made really dumb decisions on ball management in the fourth quarter. Drew Brees practically beat you guys in Foxborough. I mean, and Peyton Manning's playing better than Drew Brees, so I think Peyton Manning can actually get the job done.
While I agree I'll say that's why he plays 60 minutes.
No, you guys won. There's no doubt about it. But if Drew Brees can do that in Foxborough, I don't see why Peyton Manning can actually get the W.
No, we both make valid points, and we'll see.
It'll be interesting. It's a good Markeem. No matter what you got it, no matter what you think about some of these games, you got to admit it's a very good weekend this weekend of football.
Oh yeah. I didn't say it wasn't.
Which means it's probably going to suck.
Yeah, probably.
What was that week? It was like a few weeks ago where we were going over games and we were just like, my God, this weekend is so terrible, and it ended up being like amazing.
And let me say this too: it seems like. Oh, by the way, we didn't mention this. I want to mention this real quick. The article we're gonna put in the description for them. We're not gonna mention go into details. They can read it. But it's called Manning versus Brady. You guys should read it.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. I'll definitely put that in. And please send us questions to the Ask FM
yes.
YouTube take.
/YouTube take, and we'll all plug it on Twitters. But
all right. With that, we gotta head out. Thank you all for everything. We're the YouTube take crew, and interesting podcasts should come next week once the results of these games are out. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.